that going. Good. Cool. So, oh shit, actually no. I gotta switch over to my headset. That is because that is where my audio goes to. All right. So last session, upon arriving at the local tavern, the Lucky Liar, the group learned that Wu had discussed with the tavern owner about the White Moose. The owner informed him that the town speaker, Nimsy Huddle, was offering a bounty for the moose due to the chaos it was causing. Wu also learned from two of the other patrons that an invisible thief was out in Caer Konig, causing some mayhem as well.
I didn't tell the group about the
I
money.
said Wu learned about it. Yes. Yeah, that you had discussed that with the tavern owner, not that you discussed that with the party. After eating a hearty meal, the group headed out to the forest to look for the remedy ingredients for Groff and Marcus. After a few hours of searching, the group was able to find the ingredients as well as finding the moose tracks. Eventually, the moose tracks led to an old elven tomb dedicated to the moon. The group had begun scouting the place out and learned that the giant moon dial in the center of this location has certain effects when the moon hits it at certain phases. The inscription for the full moon reading, gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered, and the half moon, unlock the tombs of the half moon. Groff then checked out the interior of the barrow and found the white moose within. Smith then went in to see it and fell into the opening and began the combat. After the battle, the group went and investigated the gazebo that was on the outside, as well as the sarcophagus, learning about the ritual that needed to be performed by burning a piece of, where was it? Twig, pine cone, feather, and a humanoid hand. After performing the ritual, the sarcophagus lid was dislodged from the sarcophagus up on the altar, at which point you went up there and took the top of the container off, unveiling the elven mummy known as Sonar.
Sonar!
After discussing with Sonar a little bit about his situation, you were able to learn that he is roughly 800 years old, has no information about the current state of affairs going on in the world. Justin is now gone. Justin is now back. And on top of that, you also learned that he at least that he had the ability to open up the tombs for you guys. So Sonar was able to cast Moonbeam, allowing the group to enter the tombs. Everyone but Wu entered the tombs, and that is where, in the second tomb, you found the Frost Druid Ravison. Upon her death, she said that her beast will avenge her. She was also calling out to the goddess of ice and snow, Arl, as well, out to the Frostmaiden herself. And after she was defeated, Gerard was gaining some understanding from the awakened shrub that was right next to her, explaining that Ravison was very evil, and the shrub was terrified of Ravison, as she would often threaten it with fire. So where we're actually going to pick up today is kind of with a little bit of a backtrack, to the point where the party had just made their way into the barrow after this ritual was performed. So currently we have Wu and Sonar standing out. God damn it. We have Wu and Sonar standing outside of the tomb. And I know that we kind of joked around about Wu going up into a tree.
Oh, no, he totally.
Right. I'm just saying this happens before you had the opportunity to climb up into the tree. Oh. Okay. So as the group headed down in, and you were able to watch as they step down into the barrow. You can see that Sonar is standing there, concentrating on this spell. It's at that point you hear the crunching of snow behind you. And with a quick turnaround, not sure if you would bear your weapons as you turn around.
Always.
Okay, so yeah, with a quick turnaround, you pull your blades out, but standing before you is not an enemy, but it's somebody that you haven't seen for a couple of days now. It is the small gnome artificer that you met back at the Cave of the Berserkers when you went there to rescue the old Dr. Skornstein, and he is followed up closely behind by his steel defender. This is Ravenchuck and Beef Chuck. So yeah, you guys have free action.
Do I see him, or does he only see me?
No, you definitely see him. Like, as you're walking up, you walk up this this ramp that kind of goes up to 10 feet. Do you have the map?
I have it, but all I'm seeing is darkness and the figures.
Sorry, here.
He might need to assign himself.
Oh shoot!
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Go into the top left of your screen, where it says Encounter Plus. Go to Settings and choose your name as your token. That will allow you to see whatever your token can see.
All right.
But yeah, you can see him. He's kind of standing behind. These pillars. He is standing right next to a completely wrapped figure that it very clearly looks like a mummified creature, and you can see there is a magical essence about it, as this mummified creature has its hands extended out, and there is a beam of moonlight coming down directly in front of it.
Is that you, Woo?
Ravenchuck?
I have been looking for you, man.
Did you finish my sword yet?
Yes.
How
I
did they
have them
turn
right
out?
here. Pretty good. I'd say so. I will just say, be careful using these things.
Why?
They are very dangerous.
I'm also very dangerous. So we make a good pair.
I guess so. I'm gonna approach you.
I'm going to inform you, don't mind him. Do not attack him. He is holding open the doors for the rest of our companions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Man,
just
y'all
see
are some...
you see this you see this mummy like look back at you and just kind of like give you a quick nod and just like, hey.
Sup?
And he like turns back, still concentrating on this this ability.
Hey, do you know his name? Woo?
His name is Sonar.
Okay.
He leans over, he's like, it's Thanar.
Yeah, Sonar.
Oh, Tharnar. Okay. Nice to meet you.
The motes of
Charizard?
light, the motes of light that make his eyes just kind of roll in his head.
I have never talked to a mummy before.
Neither have I. Been very interesting as of late.
Yeah, so here's
what
your
brings you-
sword.
Thank you.
I came to find you
Just me?
and the group. Well, you and the group.
Everything okay? How's the dock?
The dock is better.
The dock's legs are still broken, but the dock is feverishly working away at a means of mobility.
He's working on a way to move. His legs are still broken. But I also came to warn y'all about some things.
What you got?
So while I was at the cave, the wyverns came and warned me that a Dorgar and a force of Dorgars was coming into the castle to the cave. I sent Beefchuck out. He scouted out, and the Dorgar leading them is called Zardorak.
Zardarok Sunblight.
Zardorak Sunblight. And he is making something with a massive and horrifying amount of Chardolin.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ravencheck, basically in your mind, hearing about this, knowing the maddening effects of Chardolin, if this Zardark Sunblight is able to manipulate that, something that would be massive, the effects that it could have on people would be unspeakable.
All right. And if this dude has somehow managed to find a way to use this massive amount of Chardolin, it would cause unspeakable dangers to the people of this land. So I just came to warn you guys and hoping that we can figure out a way to stop this dude. Or to help out stopping this dude anyway whatsoever.
Woo.
Yes.
As he is telling you this, you are hearing the words that he is saying. But something in your periphery catches your attention. Out beyond the ramp, that you can see the snow, you can see the tracks that had led up to here from Beefchuck and Ravenchuck. You see that there's a tree line on the edge of this clearing where the tomb sits, and even with your great dark vision that you have out to 120 feet, there's still the darkness of the trees. And as you're looking out there, you almost catch a glimpse of a shadow shifting behind one tree to the next. A humanoid kind of figure. Roll me a perception check. You're not really able to make out
My
much.
passive is 14.
Your passive is 14? Okay. You're not really able to make out much of it. What you are able to make out is it kind of walks with a bit of a hunch. And its legs almost look bent with a revert, like almost like how a satyr would walk, like with goat legs in a sense. But you're not able to make out anything beyond that.
Igor?
No. But as you see this sight, it shifts behind one tree, it comes out the other side. But at one point it goes behind a tree. And the words of Ravenchuck are kind of hitting your ears, as he's telling you about these Duragar, about the Chardolin, and he starts talking.
What's a Duragard?
Duragar are the Gray Dwarves. They're the dwarves that live underground in the Underdark. So they're kind of like the generally assumed evil dwarves. Like the Drow are considered the evil elves, and Snurf Eblin are the evil gnomes.
Yeah.
So hearing about Duragar kind of might raise some suspicion, but depending on your knowledge of Duragar, it almost might link some things that you have heard recently.
I was saying, didn't we hear about them earlier?
Just a few hours ago, in fact, regarding the situation out in Caer Konig.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But as he is telling you about this, and he starts talking about something about how how Raventruck had gone down to Brinshander and was talking to somebody, had something here for Urard. You see the shadow, and you're not really making out what Raventruck is saying. And then it goes behind one of the trees, and then it doesn't come out on the other side. But what comes out on the other side is a small, not necessarily a puff or a plume, but like a light blustering of snow that kind of rolls out from behind this tree. And following it, you see are two winter wolves.
Wolves?
Winter wolves, two icy white winter wolves that almost blend perfectly in with the snow if they weren't backed by the dark shadows of this forest behind you. And as soon as they appear, you hear almost this whisper on the wind that kind of carries across the plateau that you're on. And it's at that point that the wolves begin to charge in your direction. Raventruck and Wu, go ahead and roll initiative.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Hey, I'll take that roll. I like that.
Why is
Groff rolling?
I want to fight too.
I know, but see, that's the thing. At this point, you guys were fighting the Frost Druid.
I cast Flare.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm glad you cast Flare. All
Wow,
right,
you are not rolling good, Aaron.
So Beef Chuck needs to be added, but Beef Chuck needs to be on the same AC or the same initiative as Raventruck, because that is how he works. All right. So, Sonar. I guess. Yeah, I guess he would have to have an initiative. All right. So luckily, you were able to spot them before, and we will say that Beef Chuck is also quite aware. Raventruck, it's your turn. I imagine maybe Wu points these things out.
Absolutely. Leave me alone.
I am
Fucking
going.
ants.
Crap! I can't really see them from where I'm at.
Yeah, you turn around, you don't really see them. You don't really see anything behind you. It's like just out of your vision. But you see
okay.
Wu like
I
Wu's,
kind of give him an idea direction of
he is pointing over in this direction.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
I am
60, 65. I say about 65 to 80 feet away.
all right. I'm going to
the
ready
northwest.
I'm going to ready Firebolt,
Okay.
and as soon as I actually see one, that is when I'm going to cast my spell.
Gotcha. All right. So what are you going to have Beef Chuck do?
Hold his action as well,
Okay.
because I can't see him. So
True. Okay, so that is perfectly fine. So we will say that he is going to hold his action to dodge if these things come up.
all right.
Right. Cool. So we'll go to Wu.
Oh, I'm like, what? Who is B1? That's Beef.
Yeah, that's me, Chuck.
I guess I'm going to pull out my new sabers.
All right. You pull out these two sabers that appear to be made out of black ice. As you do, even with the limited light, it's kind of illuminated from the moonbeam that Sonar is casting. Catches the reflections off of the cut facade of these blades. You feel like a kind of tingle in your hands as you draw the blades for the first time.
How far down is this cliff?
From like here
right
down
here.
to there,
Yeah.
it is 10 feet.
Okay. 10, 15, 20. I'll go there.
Okay.
Pretty sure Ravenchuck hasn't seen this before, has he?
I don't believe so. I think the last time I know that you had the ability the last time, but I don't think you used it because of restrictive spaces.
Well, even with restrictive spaces, I'd still be able to do it. I just don't.
Oh yeah.
Grow.
I guess you don't just
So,
don't grow.
Lucas, you want to make me large?
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then I'm going to hold my action to attack once they get closer.
All right.
And I get into melee range.
Gotcha. All right. So, you see these things, they like I said, they come out of the forest and they start to charge at you. Sonar is concentrating on his spell. This first one is going to I gotta see something here. Yep. So he is going to run, and I have to look at something. I got my DM screen.
That's cheating.
I know, it's crazy. I love this thing. Pull up a quick reference here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Strength modifier. Oh, yeah, not being able to make more than that. Okay, so this one is going to use his action to try and jump. You see that this winter wolf, he runs over to this landing, and he jumps up onto it, kind of struggles a little bit as he's trying to climb. Go ahead
And I whack him.
Yes, go ahead and roll me your attack. As well as Ravenchuck, this is also going to proc your attack as you see this this winter wolf come running out of the darkness from just beyond your vision. It has this bloodlust in its eyes. But something you notice about this thing is that its eyes have almost an ethereal blue glow to them. And as it runs up, it jumps onto this 10-foot landing that you two are on, and it starts trying to pull its way up. That is going to miss for one.
How do I roll for my attack with my firebolt?
Yeah. So all you do is go click the button where it says spells, and you'll see the +7 next to firebolt, and you can click that, and it will send it over to me.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh, 10. Yeah.
Can I use inspiration?
If you have inspiration, sure.
I have 6.
Okay, how much would you like to use?
Let's go with 4.
Okay. Yep, 4 would change yours to a success. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure Ravenchuck had some inspiration.
Do I?
You do. You have 7 points. If you go to your inventory tab, you'll see that you have a custom item called inspiration points, and you have 7 charges. The way that works is you can add points to a d20 roll on a 1-to-1 basis. So like right here, you rolled a 10 to hit, which didn't hit. If you wanted to, you could try adding some of those points to see if you could build up to a hit.
It's an extra D6.
You basically have to say how many you are adding, and then like if I tell you that it doesn't hit, you can add some, but you have to tell me how many you're adding before I tell you if that hits or not. You can only like you can't be like, oh, I'll add 1, and it's like, oh, it doesn't hit, like add 2, because then we're just playing a numbers game.
I'll add 4, same as Woo.
Okay, if you.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I know exactly what you're gonna say. So I will say. So he, Wu built up to a 15, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, if you are building up to a 14, I'm going to say that that also hits.
Yes.
All right. So this thing has to.
Yeah, almost max damage.
Hell yeah!
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
A 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I hit it with 12. I don't know if
A 12
I did
does not
19.
hit.
no, I hit like
Oh, yeah,
damage-wise 12.
12 damage. I already took that into account.
Okay.
I also need for this thing to make its con save, which it does succeed.
I don't see that, by the way.
What's that?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay. Did it pop up for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It took a little longer than normal.
All right. And are you doing your second attack? Or no, I get
no. It's reaction,
yeah,
so I wouldn't
that's
get
right.
it.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So you run up, where you grow in size, Ravenchuck, the first time that you're seeing this. You see this winter wolf begin to run up, and it gets to the edge of this cliff, and it tries to jump as high as it can, puts its paws up on the top, and starts pulling itself up. Wu comes down onto its paws, slicing a massive gouge into its paws. It lets out a yelp, and as its mouth is open, this firebolt comes racing in, hits it in the face, blasting it, searing and singeing the fur on it, blowing it back, and it falls back down onto the ground.
And it takes fall damage.
It does take fall damage. Takes 1d6, so it's going to take an additional 3 points of damage. It doesn't die.
Damn it!
But as it looks up at you with horrible spite and anger. All right. So this one, on the other hand, it is going to run up the ramp.
That one's the smart one.
Yeah. Instead of trying to climb up that piece, this one's just going to run up next to you. And it is going to...
No, my name is Blue.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Well, that's a critical miss. So... Oh, wait, no, cool. He has pack tactics. There we go. Ah, sick. That's a 22. That does hit. All right, so... Wu, you are going to take 13 points of piercing damage as this thing comes up, bites into your arm as you are focused more on the one that you just knocked off. I also need you to make a strength saving throw.
I have advantage on that.
Okay. Yeah, so you feel that this thing is like trying to pull you down to the ground, but with your large size, you're able to avoid that. Ravenchuck, it is your turn, top of the order.
I'm going to move closer. Like, would I be able to see the wolf one from here?
Yeah.
Or would I think?
Yeah, I would say from there you're able to see a part of it because it is a large creature, and the 10-foot height, while you are a little bit further back, you're able to see, parts of it.
Okay. I am then going to shoot it with my crossbow then.
All right. Yeah, definitely
Holy
hits.
crap.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I could have used my rune.
Aw.
Which rune? Oh, the one. Yeah. I got you. The helmet. All right. And I imagine Ravenchuck is taking his second attack.
Oh, I forgot I was. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to shoot it again
All right. Yeah.
with my crossbow.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. You know what? I'll let you have that one. Go ahead and. Oh wait, no. Do you have? Ah, that's right. That's right.
I
You
have
have the
the repeating
repeating
shot.
shot. Yep. Because I was like, shit, you don't have crossbow expert, but no, you have repeating shot. Awesome. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Yeah, Lucas, suck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
All
not
right.
something you should tell the DM.
I mean, hey. I like
I
seeing
went
you
to the
guys
wolf
succeed.
to do it.
I like seeing you guys succeed sometimes. I also like seeing you suffer. All right. So it is going to be Beefchuck's turn. You can use your bonus action if you wish to command Beefchuck to use one of his actions on his stat block, which, just as a reminder, the Beefchuck is vigilant, which means he cannot be surprised. He has the Force-empowered Rend, which, if you go to your Extras tab, you will see that you have his stat block there with the to hit and everything, so he has a +4 to hit, as well as 1d8 +2 to that damage, and he also has the deflect attack. So he can impose disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature within 5 feet, provided it's against a different creature other than him. So, yep, you could.
I am going to have Beefchuck move
Oh
up
no, I couldn't
here.
have done that because I used my reaction to.
And if Wolf 1 jumps up, I'm going to have him bite or whatever the wolf.
Force-empowered Rend? Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So that is fine. I wish there was a way. I know there is a way, and oh, sweet. You can just roll the +4 there for your unarmed strike, and that'll count as your well, I'll try and make a custom one later. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he will have that Jesus H Christ. He will have that as his reaction. And on to Woo's turn.
Sorry, I put a chip in my mouth.
I figured as much.
Woo, is Woo still able to hit 1?
So that one is a little bit further down. If you wanted to hit that, it's kind of laying on the ground. It's prone. So it's going to be further down.
Okay.
Which I now realize wouldn't have made too much sense for Ravenchuck to be able to hit him. So I'm going to say that I mean, he's still 10 feet down. So that's going to be out of range for your hit.
Okay. No, I wanted to double check before I attacked. And then using my runes on my sword, that's an action.
So keep in mind, the runes on your sword are tied to your other sabers, not your Chardalyn
Right.
ones.
That's right.
So yeah, you'll have to take that into consideration. One of them has runes, the others don't. Now the thing is, Chardalyn does not innately make them magical. It makes them poisoned. But you can try and remove the runes from your other sabers, either by having a mage do it, by using Dispel Magic, or by trying to do it yourself, making Arcana checks, but you do risk destroying the runes as well as the weapons and a big explosion.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hit number 2.
Okay.
Ugh.
That misses.
Oh no, would you roll?
Very
11.
low. Even if I use 2. If I use the last of my things, I don't know if that would hit or not.
No, you would only get a 13.
Yeah. And I know a 14 hits. But
Yeah, we don't know about a 13.
I'm just going to say fuck it. I'm going to use the last 2 of my points.
All right. That's a 13 to hit. So that hits.
Sweet.
Good call
So-
on that.
2.
All right.
Is the custom the poison damage pretty much? From the-
So custom is a D6 of me being large.
Oh,
So
okay.
the way that the poison works is every time that he hits a creature with one of those Chardolin weapons, the creature has to make a DC 13 con save, otherwise it's poisoned. And if it's poisoned, then that means that it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So yeah, those two attacks, or that attack that just hit, is going to force a con save on this guy, which he does in fact fail, so he is now poisoned.
Yep. And then now off. So I get 3 attacks. So I get 2 main hand and 1 offhand.
Correct.
Okay. So 2 again. 10 misses. Offhand. What the fuck?
Yeah, unfortunately those do miss.
Jeez.
All right, so
I'm closing it and reloading it.
So the winter wolf that's down on the ground, it stands up and it looks up at the chaos and carnage that's going on there. It is going to move down and try and climb up down at the end. It's going to have to make that check again. All right, so
Do you make it?
you can see that it is slowly pulling itself up. He does have the ability to jump a decent amount of feet, but it is as he is attempting to move. You can see that that he is grabbing onto that top piece, and he just barely makes it up. But that's going to be all of his movement. Because he basically had to use half of his movement as sacrifice of doing that. And you see that he just kind of like turns around. He's kind of breathing real heavy, staring at the two of you.
How weak does this thing look?
He is bloodied for what it matters.
Okay.
So this one that is behind Wu is going to attack, and he now has disadvantage, which means that is going to miss, as it's kind of like faltering about as this poison is starting to take effect. Ravenchuck.
To move to where I can see this thing. So, do I have a clear shot on it from here?
Yes, the tree there is not obstructing your immediate vision.
Okay. I am going to shoot it with firebolt again.
All right.
Don't get me wrong. Oh.
Yeah, right on the nose. Yep. You hit this thing. Go ahead and roll the damage.
I will gladly take a 9 again.
Damn.
And a 6.
All right. This thing is hurting bad. You see that this is the one that's been, peppered with crossbow bolts. He's just like, his fur is scorched. Has cuts across his hands that are like not festering, but do have shows of the Chardolin poison. All right, and on to Beefchuck.
Fucking ants.
And he is going to use
The
force empowered.
All right, go ahead and roll that +4 to hit. Yeah, unfortunately, he goes up to it, tries wrapping around this thing, but you can see that the wolf is like pulling away at the last second. All right. Woo.
Woo. Grr. Did wolf number 2 not attack?
With 2
He
attack.
tried and failed.
Right.
Oh yeah, he failed. That's
'cause
right.
He,
Okay.
Yeah, because he has disadvantage now.
Gotcha. I'm like, wait, did he only get 1 attack?
Oh, you have a cool camera, Lucas.
Why?
It's like following your face and
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it's not the camera. There's a as long as you have a 3070 or higher, or 3060 or higher NVIDIA graphics card, you can download NVIDIA Broadcast, and it'll follow you. You can also do like what Justin has going on, where the background is hazy.
Crit fail?
Okay.
That is a crit fail. Yeah, because I can do the background blur as well, so it looks like I'm on a green screen of my own room, which I find really awkward. There's also the replacement where we can put I don't know what picture I'm going to put up. Oh, it's the Eternium group. Look at that. And background removal entirely. But I normally keep it on noise removal so that it makes it look smoother.
So 18 for the second, 15 for the third,
Okay.
10 damage for the second,
And
and 9 for the third.
All right. So this thing is already poisoned. So it has to roll again, which means that it's doesn't. Yeah, that's on ability checks, but not saves. Okay. So, well, that's a fail, and that's also a fail. So it is still poisoned until the end of its next turn.
Yeah.
It is Stonar's turn. You can see now. I will say this, Ravenchuck, as you and Beefchuck are focusing on this one that is fairly damaged. You actually see that this one is less interested in the two of you, but actually seems far more interested in the mummified elven priest that is casting the Moonbeam spell. And it is with that it is going to do... Oh, did not mean to put that there. Yeah, he is going to move, and he's going to stay within... He's still staying within the effective range of Beefchuck as not to proc an opportunity attack. But you see that as it moves forward, its eyes begin to glow a little bit brighter, and you can see this cold mist coming out of its mouth as it howls this eerie howl. From the inside of the barrow, Smith and Groff and Gerard, you all hear this. You all hear this like icy, this like piercing wolf howl come from outside.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, buddy.
Is this an attack roll?
This is not.
Okay.
Why? Oh, I know why. Yeah, no.
You know why.
I do know why. And Sonar has to make a dex save.
No.
That's a 9.
Oh.
Which is going to miss. And he's going to take 18 points of damage. And he has to make a con save. That is the one thing that I need to add to the bottom of my fucking page. Not jumping or expenses or anything like that. I need to fucking add
Con saves.
Goddamn con saves. For how often I search those up. God damn it. Concentration. Oh, where the fuck is it?
So how you liking your sabers?
talk to me after the fight is over.
Yeah.
Boy.
Okay.
he's like in the middle of combat. It's like after. All right. So it is 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. So it's going to be 10.
10.
So he needs to make a concentration. That is a 9.
Fuck.
So the two of you, you look over, you see this howl, and all of a sudden, Sonar is kind of like frozen in place. And as that's happening, you can see the lights beginning to flicker on his moonbeam, and then suddenly they go out. It's at this point I am going to add Groff, Gerard, and
Hell
Smith
yeah.
to the initiative.
I
And
attack Moonchuck. Is that his name?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I need the two of you to roll initiative so that I can get you into here. And I'm going to roll for Gerard.
Holy crap! I'm still in first initiative. Oh yeah, Arad's the Pokemon dude.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we were on this one. So, on the inside of the tomb, Smith, at this point, it is completely dark around you. You have just killed the Frost Druid seconds ago. As Gerard is walking up to this shrub to begin talking, as he's talking to this thing, and you and Groff were looking around here, suddenly the moonbeam light that was your only light source in this room suddenly goes out. And it's at that point, Groff and Gerard, the two of you can see that, the two of you can see that the door leading into this room is beginning to close slowly. So, Smith, roll me a wisdom save. You hear the voice in your head, from before that was, always calling out for blood, that says, "If you let me have more control, I will let you see where you cannot." But it's at this moment, you're still, it still hasn't taken effect. And you are kind of blind to your situation. Groff, you're still on the other side because it is not your turn yet.
Nope. I'm not playing. When the door is closing, I'm playing real time. Goodbye.
So, Smith, you can hear this. Groff, you can see this. So, Smith, you can. The only thing that you hear, other than that voice, is the sound of a stone door slowly shifting. But you are blind right now.
Oh no.
All right. I'll kind of ask myself in response, like, kind of quietly, like, what is it that he wants?
Blood.
Blood for the blood gods.
That's
Yeah,
when Aaron screams when he orgasms.
Lighting a torch next, I'm assuming.
Lighting a torch is an action because that's using an object.
Can we say I had one lit already? Because I probably would have if no one else was here to.
Well, the thing was that it was only it was only seconds ago that you just killed the Frost Druid, and it was It was only in that time that the light was still on, but it was just literally seconds ago that the light went off as you guys were like kind of looking around this room.
So I have no idea how to get out of this room right now.
I mean, you remember where you were standing. You remember where the door was. The only thing I might have you do is, roll a dexterity check to see if you bump into the sarcophagus that was in the middle of the room.
I mean, I'd like to dash to get out of there because we're pretty far away, right?
You're definitely a good ways away. I mean, even from just the edge of the door, you're 25 feet into the room, and then you're still a good, 100 feet away from where any of the combat would be going on.
So is it completely pitch black everywhere?
It's completely pitch black. There's no artificial light or natural light in here. The only time that there is artificial light is when Moonbeam is cast, and then there is the Moonbeam in the center of the room that is illuminating this place. But because that was turned off when Sanar's spell ended, the light is gone.
His name is Sonar.
Outside the house, outside the building room.
Because it's dark outside, it's gonna be just as dark in here. Because I mean, you gotta think it's what time? 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and twilight. Twilight only lasts from, I think, 10 to 2. Yeah. So even if it was 2 hours earlier, the light from outside, which would have been dim light at best, wouldn't have been able to penetrate this far in.
You said penetrate.
I did say penetrate. But yeah, like I said, you can try and rush towards the door. The only thing that I would probably have you do is roll a dexterity check to try and not bump into anything or trip.
But I won't be able to see outside either, right?
You wouldn't be able to see outside, but on your next turn, I mean, if you're just running out of the door, you can just light a torch. I don't know if you're wanting to run up to the door and hold it for anyone else.
No, I mean everyone else is dark vision, right?
Yes.
I mean, ideally I would like to dash, but I can't do that if I can't see anything. Has this sword given me that vision before?
It did.
Right?
It did whenever you were fighting the Ice Devil. There was that moment, and I don't know if it did it any other time, but if it did, it would have only been in a situation where you were presented with combat and you were already fighting enemies, draining it in blood that you could not see. So it's a very specific situation that, you're when you hear that voice, you kind of have that thought, you were fighting something in the dark the last time that this thing, allowed you to see your enemy.
Oh, that's the sword. How am I supposed to get you blood if I can't see anything? See where the enemies are.
There is one close. And you kind of feel your sword in your hand, lifting towards the direction of where Groff was standing.
No.
Groff's an enemy now?
And
no.
In your mind, you have solidified this mindset of, if you drew blood against Groff, you might be able to see him because he would then be your enemy and your sword would be fed.
Nah.
Roll me another wisdom save. And that doesn't sound like half a bad idea.
Sounds like a really bad idea. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now, what do you think about his goggles? Frost goggles?
His goggles, from what you understand, allow him to see heat.
But not necessarily see in the dark, per se.
No, they are not goggles of night. They are FLIR goggles. They allow you to see.
But my
heat
dark
signatures.
vision might let me.
Yeah, he kind of has the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I just got thinking about asking him for the goggles, maybe, but I'll just light a torch. Yeah, I'll just light a torch.
Okay. Yeah, you
And work my way out. I'll
You-
realize that the sword is pointing me to Groff, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say
So I see the sword. I see the sword is kind of inching me towards attacking Groff.
yeah. And yeah, as you feel that pull, you're fighting it, and you're having to put a good fight into putting that sword away. And the moment you do, and you kind of take your hand away, you're like, your mind sort of clears for a second, but you feel a bit of a chill over you, and you take out your you take out your torch and you light it, allowing you to see in the room that you are standing in. What is a torch?
It's like a piece
That
of
would be
wood
an
lit on
item?
fire.
Did I have a lantern? I thought I had a lantern.
I don't know if you have one of the Oh, you do have. You have a hooded lantern. Okay. So that is bright light in 30 foot and an additional 30. So that's going to be 30 and 60.
I'm assuming it's still an action to use that.
What's that?
I'm assuming it's still an action to use that.
Yeah. Basically, that's using an action. So you're going to be turning that on, and that is going to be a dim yellow light. There you go. As you put this sword away, you kind of take a second to breathe, and think about what that sword was just telling you in your head. And you pull out your lantern, you turn it on. You can feel that there's, a decent amount of oil still in this, considering you haven't really had to use it a ton since you met this group. And you can see that door slowly closing.
The door closing?
Yeah, the door, this front door right here is slowly starting to close.
Why is that?
You
Is
don't
this
know.
the moon?
You don't know. I mean, out of character, you should know that it's because the sonar had his concentration broken, and it was that concentration that was keeping the door open.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Okay.
Yep.
So I will vacate the room.
Okay. You make your way out as far as you can.
And gesture for everyone to come with quickly.
All right. So, back to the outside.
On, fill your poison rolls.
Yeah, let's see what this attack is like. That's 15. Unfortunately, that is still going to miss because Woo's AC is a 16. Motherfucker. All right. Raven Chuck.
Actually,
Oh.
you bit me, yes?
No, it missed.
Well, you attempted to bite me, yes?
I did attempt to bite you, yes.
Well, that would hit the other wolf, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, I know it will. So,
But it is when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll. It is not when it attempts an attack roll.
You do know my AC is only 15.
No, I have it in here as 16.
Where did I get the +1 from?
I don't know. Where did I have a +1 the last time that I loaded your character sheet?
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. It only says
15.
15.
I'm looking at your character sheet too, and it says 15 on there, and I don't know why on Encounter Plus it said 16 because that's what I was going with. But yeah, 15 then does hit, which means fuck. Yeah. Okay, that's a thing. So go ahead and mark that you use that, and I will roll some damage. Yep, that's 9 points of damage. Oh, fucking hell. So, Raven Chuck, what you see just happen, you watch this winter wolf. It climbed up on here. Beef Chuck went up, tried grappling it. It was unable to do so as the winter wolf pulled away. It slid over, slipped into position, and you saw it breathe this breath of icy, chilled air towards Sonar. As soon as it does, you see that his moonbeam falters and dies out. Sonar is kind of like frozen there for a second. And you hear the wolf behind you that Wu is fighting. He goes to bite down on Wu, and you see a cloud form around where he's about to bite. And as that happens, you hear the wolf that Beef Chuck is next to yelp out in pain as a cloud is formed around him, and you see those same teeth bite into that wolf, doing just enough fucking damage to kill him.
Yeah.
As you see the wolf fall down, blood trickling out of it. But the thing that you notice about this blood is that unlike most anything's blood, this has a blue tint to it. So it is still your turn, Raven Chuck.
I am going to turn around then and firebolt the
All
wolf 2.
Coolio.
Please be a good roll. So close. Wait, was that a nat 20? Next
no,
to it?
that is a 2.
Oh,
Fortunately, that is a 2. So that
Dang.
is going to miss. All right. It is Beef Chuck's turn.
that
It
one's
has
dead.
a 40-foot movement, so that is that would be enough to get up next to Wu, but it would be right on the precipice of that edge.
So like here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will try to do crap, what's that attack called?
Yep, the rend.
Yeah, the Ren.
Cool. Right. Yeah, that hits. 1d8 plus 2. You might have to just if you want, you can just do the damage for your crossbow, and we'll just subtract 3.
Okay.
Just to make life easier on you.
Yeah.
Cool. So 10 points damage. You see Beef Chuck go up. It's wrapping its legs around the front of this wolf as Wu stands next to it, prepped and primed for attack. Wu.
Wu's going to attack it here in a second.
Okay.
With the Chardolin, main hand.
Yeah, that hits. And he is still poisoned. Son of a bitch. 8 points of damage.
Second attack.
Jesus Christ.
And then
Destroying these wolves.
bonus. That's with that.
All right. This thing is on the verge of death. You can see, though, that it has a steeled resolve as it plants its feet, ready to die in combat. Groff, you are standing in this room. You see that door is very close to closing. In fact, you feel that it is going to close within 6 seconds.
Man, I wish I had 6 seconds to go through that door.
I know.
Wow, you have exactly 1 turn to get through it.
Actually, I can move. I can move up to there.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can. And then I
now-
attack Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
say. Are you dashing out of there?
Oh, I could dash. That's right.
You can dash. You can double.
There we go.
All right. Smith, on the inside, from where you're, from where you can see, you can see Gerard is starting to grab the awakened shrub. Niyagiri is running out himself, but Gerard grabs this awakened shrubs in his arms. But as soon as Marcus is also out of there. As soon as he gets right in front of this door, you can see that his eyes almost roll back into like roll back, and he falls out right before the door is able to close. I need you to roll, since you are right next to that door. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, or sorry, not a dexterity saving throw. Just a dexterity check, which I guess would be the same.
Damn, you're trying to kill Smith off already.
I'm not trying to kill Smith off.
You sure it's not a
So
saving throw?
It wouldn't do anything because this is not an effect. This is the
Oh.
fact. This is the
Yeah.
fact that you are watching Gerard running out, and all of a sudden his eyes kind of roll back. He falters and falls onto the floor right before this closing door. You have just enough time to go and grab the door, and you are holding it open as you can feel it trying to close. But holding it back is using as much strength as you have. What do you do on your turn?
I'm not able to like grab his body and pull him, like grab his foot or something and pull him in.
Roll me a strength check.
With like the other hand or something. I don't know.
I mean, you can definitely give it a shot. Yeah. So you put, like, it's not even so much him. Like, he's a kid. Like, he's mostly just a kid. He's like 18 years old. He's not a big guy at all. But it's more this door that is fighting you back. And as you're trying to hold this door, you grab his arm as he's kind of like splayed out on the ground, and you pull him forward onto the other side of you as the door shuts behind you. And as soon as it does, there's this like puff of air. Your torch almost goes out. It flickers it flickers from the wind, and Gerard is laying there on the ground, passed out. You can see Niyagiri is like standing there, like trying to shake him awake. So what are you doing in this moment?
It's my turn?
Yeah.
I'll kind of rest him up against the door
Okay.
and then proceed after Baroff and try to head towards the Howling.
Okay. So we'll say that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, you have 40 feet of movement. All right, you run out. Groff, you can see from back in that hallway, Gerard laying there, leaned up against the wall. His head's kind of drooped over. Marcus, the awakened shrub, and Niyagiri are around him. You can hear Marcus meowing. You can hear Niyagiri chattering in a language that you don't understand.
So,
I would have left the boy to
okay.
die. That's just me.
What's that,
I
Smith?
know it's not my turn. I know it's not my turn anymore, but can I dash?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. So the thing is that you will have to climb your way out. So climbing is going to require a strength check. And that is going to essentially be difficult terrain. So that's going to be 10. You'd have 30. You'd be able to get
But I
5.
can't see them from where we are, can we? Can I?
No, you cannot see them from where you currently are.
Doesn't the path to the right lead out to them, kind of? That doorway?
That leads to the outside as well, yes.
Would one be more obvious than the other?
I mean, going over there is going to require you 35 feet of movement as well, just to get to the door. So yeah, well,
how do we get up here?
actually, it's going to be more. That'd be 45 feet.
How do we get up here? Do we climb up? I guess.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot.
Oh, I
it's
left
a
rope.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, you did leave a rope, which is what is going to allow him to climb up, because otherwise it would just be the rocky surface. But because he doesn't have a climbing speed, that's still going to be something that he has to pull himself up for.
He's got peons.
Titans?
Yeah, peons.
Titans.
Ban him.
Yeah, because the only other one is that I know of is like the rope of climbing and stuff like that. But yeah, for climbing, every foot of movement costs 1 foot extra. At the DM's option, climbing a slippery surface might require an athletics check. Yeah, Aaron, shut the fuck up.
Quit chewing that so close to your mic.
So
yeah,
is Liard not coming to the game today?
No, he was not able to play today, so that's why his character is going to be passed out. His character's taking a nap right now and being visited by an extra planar deity.
I shoot him with an arrow and I wake him up.
Right in the chest. Doesn't wake up ever.
Wait. Do I have a cup
Smith,
and some water?
What?
Do I have a cup and some water?
Potentially.
I want to put his fingers in the water.
Oh, God, and make him piss himself.
Yeah.
So that's right. So, Smith, there is a rope, which means you don't have to make the athletic check, but you do have to use the extra movement. So to climb up, that is still going to be, to go up 10 feet is going to be 20 feet of movement. So being that you already moved 10 feet from where you were, it's going to be 20 feet up, which is going to allow you to move only an additional 10 feet on the other side. So you'd be able to get to there with your dash. Okay. So from where you are, though, even with your your limited vision, but you do have your torch. As you are, or you have your hooded lantern. As you're looking out and you climb up there, you set it up. You can hear there is some kind of conflict going on the top where that sarcophagus was, and you can see the scorched and battered body of a massive wolf up on this plateau up here. You can also see that where that moonbeam was just minutes ago when you guys entered the barrow is gone, giving credence to why the door was starting to shut. Back to the winter wolf.
Lucas, just so you know, my defender is going to use his reaction, and the creature now has disadvantage on attack rolls if it's attacking another creature besides it.
Well, it definitely was going after Wu, so that is a thing that I'm not changing in my mind. It still has disadvantage, and it would still have disadvantage, and all kinds of disadvantage, and that misses. Fuck, I should have had it use its other ability. God damn it. So it is going to try and bite down on Wu. Does not connect. And Ravenchuck, we're up to you.
I am going to. First I'm going to say I'm leaving the wolf to you, Wu, and then I'm going to check up on our friend over here.
Sonar is basically like brushing some frost off of him, and he turns around and he like looks down at you and says, "I can't recast that. If they are trapped in there, we must wait our time to the half moon. And kind of knowing your time frame, imagining, an artificer might know time fairly well. That's a week from now.
fine.
That's a week from now, man.
He looks up at the sky. Yes, it would seem so. And he's just kind of standing there, because unfortunately he has no other way of casting that spell.
So you're good. Like, you don't need anything?
I'm a bit chilly, but I've been stuck in that box for 800 years. I'm used to the cold.
Alrighty then.
And I will say it's at that point that you can start, you can actually, as you look down, you can actually see the light, a small glow coming from the other side of the moon dial, giving credence to like a lantern or a torch.
Well, I think our friends made it out of their sonar.
Good. All right. So do you have any action that you want to do, or was that your turn?
That was my turn.
Okay.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah. No, he was still
he's
up.
not.
He still has a good amount of points. For a mummy.
Well,
He just doesn't
I guess
have any
he is
skin.
dead.
Yeah. He's a super low AC. He's really easy to hurt.
And technically, he is still dead.
That's true. He is 100% considered undead. He does have an attack though called Rotting Fist. All right. Beef Chuck.
He is going to attack.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't go through.
That does not. Now keep in mind, because I know I don't know if this came up the last time that you played with us, but and it would not affect it here. But anytime that you and another ally of yours are within, are attacking the same creature, you do get a flanking bonus, which gets you a +1 for each ally up to 3 allies. So you can get up to a +3 if you are all surrounding them. But you do have to be on cardinal directions. Being in this case, I would still grant it to you because you are attacking him from different sides.
All right.
But we are going to go to Woo.
He will still have this disadvantage if he does not die.
Oh. Aw. Aw.
Wow. 20 and a 19.
All right, well, he's dead.
Was that a nat 20?
No, that
Soft
was
20.
a soft 20. He rolled a 14. Yeah, you just see as you turn around to command Beef Chuck, you see Beef Chuck goes to wrap at him. The wolf kind of jumps to the side, but right into Woo's sabers as he just digs them into this thing, pulls them out. This azure blood coating them, dripping in the in the pale moonlight. With that, combat is over.
I attack.
And we will say at this point, so you guys have full free action at this point. Smith, you have climbed. Sorry, what was that?
I also attack.
I mean, you can attack. I don't know what you want to attack. I will say that your sword definitely is kind of like, your sword, like your sword hand is kind of like tingling a bit. As you see the combat that has gone on out here. So yeah, Groff, were you climbing out?
Yes,
Groff doesn't know how to climb.
I know how to climb. And I take my rope back.
All right.
I'm going
yeah.
to
Wait
look at
for,
my book and see what I can take.
wait for
Oh.
Gerard before we take the rope down.
Who?
You.
Yes.
Oh, I'm taking the rope.
I know Smith was saying that maybe you should wait until you get your rard before you take the rope.
There's another door there. He'll be fine.
That's true. There is a door that you don't have to climb up and down.
I take the rope.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll say, Ravenchuck, you're able to hear voices on the other side. They're kind of faint, but you are able to recognize them as Groff and Smith, two of the others that you had met just days ago.
I'm going to move over here so they can't really see me because I'm gonna. Okay, I guess I can't move there.
I can see
I'm
your
going
heat
to try-
signature.
And I'm going to try to gather like a couple vials of blood from this wolf so I can study it to see why it's blue.
Okay, sure. Yeah. It's we'll say it's not hard for you to gather a vial of blood. I will say, as you go over, you kneel down. You make
As he does that, by the way, I'm going to yell at him.
Okay, what are you yelling at?
You better not be taking my fur.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't want it. I'm just trying to see why its blood is blue.
Yeah. So as you're cutting into this thing, the blood's still dripping out of it. It is icy to the touch. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh crap. Hey.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad at all. So as you are like grabbing this, it's almost like stinging your fingers. It is so cold. You take 2 points of cold damage. As it's kind of like biting at your fingertips, and there is immediately a frost forming on the.
I'm resistant to cold because of the Frostmaiden's ring. I don't know if that changes anything.
Yeah. So that means that you take half of that. So you take 1 point of that. So I need to go into your character sheet and put a resistance to cold. There we go. If you reload your character sheet now, you will see that next to your AC, you now have a cold under defense. Good call, though. I did forget about that. Yeah, you feel this icy chill over the vial, and you can see that it is almost immediately forming like ice on the outside of the vial. And you hear Wu over on the other side like, "Hey, better not be taking my fur." Wu, for what it matters, roll me a nature check.
Is this a winter wolf?
This is a winter wolf. So, what you got? So the CR was less than 5. Or no, so the CR of this thing was a 3, so that means you got half of the items from this. Just so I can keep track of this and I don't have to keep scrolling up and down, I'm just going to put that in there. All right, so So what we're going to do is you are not going to get one of those items. So roll me a let me roll a d4 real fast.
Are you gonna hide that D4?
Am I not rolling these in public? I'm rolling them in public.
No. I just
No, this is for the teeth. Yeah.
Oh.
Are we supposed to be seeing your rolls on D&D Beyond or the?
No, you would see them. You would see them on the battle map.
Oh, okay.
or at least you should. I mean, I can't say 100%. Why is my camera doing that? But yeah, you'll always see mine pull up on the battle map. Okay.
All right.
So we are going to say that you are able to get the wolf hide as well as 2 of its teeth. Unfortunately, when you stabbed into this thing, you completely pierced the heart. And as you, like, basically, as soon as combat's over, you're, like, feverishly pulling out this book that you got back in Bryn Shander, and you're, like, cycling through all the pages, and you bring it up, and it's like, Winter Wolf, hide, teeth, heart. Oh, goodness me. Hold on a second.
I thought you were like talking about me. That's what I was doing. I'm like, oh.
Whoever it is, tell them I said hi.
Hi, whoever's on Lucas's phone. Sup, Smith?
Sir,
So how's
sure, for
Elden
sure.
Ring, Smith?
what's up?
Said how's
Yes, Smith.
Elden Ring?
Oh, pretty good. Dying a lot.
Still playing?
Yeah, when you messaged me, Smith, I was on YouTube watching a Finland Saga.
Alright, a bitch ass Pokemon trainer has 6 Magikarp.
Jared?
Must be.
So how does Leard's character work? Does he just have like a dog with him that he calls a
Gerard.
Pokemon or
His
something?
name is Gerard.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an
you're
I,
right.
not an L. Yeah. He's just got a bunch of these little like critters with him.
Yeah.
Ah,
They all do special things at certain times. And then you have me that likes to grow large every once in a while.
Every
If
once
you
in a
know
while,
what you
being
mean.
like have an encounter.
woo! I did not know you could get even bigger.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you
a
were big and then just boom, just got big.
yeah.
That's what she said. Ho ho.
Oh,
I learned that from these runes, as he points out to the runes to you, that are, I
Oh,
believe, are
that's
new.
cool.
So I think
So
unless Lucas argues this, we leveled up after that, right?
Pretty sure not till after we get back to town.
No, we definitely leveled up right now. He's not saying anything against it, so. So I think we're all
So,
good.
how'd you like your sabers? Woo. Oh, they're so good they left you speechless. Thanks, man.
what did you bring me?
Did you want anything?
Yeah,
What'd you want?
all sorts of stuff.
I brought you information.
Mm, Whoa, weapon.
What else
Weapon.
you got?
Yeah, what else you got?
I can heal you more than what I used to.
I could use a new bow.
I will need materials to craft you a new bow then.
Take him off of Gerard. What do you need? Some bones? A little bit of blood?
I thought Will was paying for everything.
Oh yeah, charge it to Woo.
Woo, okay. Yeah, I could maybe craft you
I'm
a
gonna
bow out
charge
of
y'all double
bones.
for this shit.
I'm going to then take the bones out of the ice wolf or winter wolf.
I'm also going to make the comment to you, Raven Chuck, and ask if you can make a spear tip into arrowheads.
Like take a spear tip of shardlin and make it into arrowheads.
Yes.
Hey, well, he's on the
Yeah,
phone. I'm gonna go get some water. Be right back.
but what if I just make them into crossbow bolts that I could use?
Wait, what is. Damn it. And of course, he wants to go get a drink. What does Justin character do?
All right.
Justin does.
Sorry about that.
What's
Okay.
that scream?
I don't know.
That was me.
Oh,
That was me
So-
dying. I'm
So
about to get my
yeah.
ass whooped here.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that because of the way that you stabbed this thing, you basically skewered right through the heart, and just kind of eviscerated it. Not only that, but it kind of got that effect from the Chardolin. In fact, that is something that we have to deal with. I need you to make me a
It's
Constitution.
woo.
Shut the fuck up. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
No, his name
Yeah.
is Woo.
I need
you
Woo
is
to
my
make
other
me a
guy.
I need Woo to make me a Constitution saving throw. You piece of
Alright.
shit.
No, I'm pretty sure me is the piece of shit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna punch you in the dick when I see you.
I had two rogues one time. One was called No, and one was called You.
Oh,
So that way, whenever I would get caught stealing, and the people would be telling the guards what happened, they would be like, "No," or "You."
well, that's these two shits over in my other campaign. Him and Jared play a rogue and a warlock. The rogue's name is me. The warlock's name is you. So whenever they were both pirates. So anytime that they'd get into a situation, it was like, oh, it was me, and it's like, no, it was you. And it's like, and then they had a pirate captain whose name was I. And it's always just chaos. And that's the thing. Aaron plays a character named Woo and You. All right, roll me that Constitution saving throw, Aaron.
With advantage, right?
I don't know why you're rolling it with advantage. Okay, so, I will say that as you put away these two sabers that Ravenchuck gave you, I had this great opportunity to use them in combat. As you are putting them away, and you pull out your book, you feel almost a slight tingle in your hands. You're kind of able to shake it away, but that feeling, that like tingling feeling, almost sits with you, almost as if you kind of like laid on your arm while you were sleeping, and you wake up and it's kind of stingy and needly. But yeah, we'll say that you start looking over this winter wolf. While this is going on, and you are able to determine that the hide and you can gather the hide as well as some of the teeth from this one. It will take you a little bit of time to field dress it, during which Ravenchuck, Groff, and Smith, what are you guys doing?
I am, after I get a vial of its blood, I'm going to walk over to Aaron's character and
Oh.
proceed to tell him the dangers of using a Chardlin weapon.
All right. So yeah, he basically explains Woo that using a Chardolin weapon, while it does have its benefits, it also has its drawbacks, and that is that prolonged use of it can, in time, lead to Chardolin madness. And so what it is, pretty much the way that I plan on using it at least for now. I really have to sit down with this and come up with a decent idea. It is going to be that after any combat encounter that you have used them, I'm going to have you make a Constitution save against the effects of it. Should you fail it, I'm going to mark it off on your character sheet somewhere, and in time you might find yourself having lingering effects from the Charlatan.
Lucas, didn't you tell me that my character found out a way to kind of get rid of it?
Yes.
Sort of?
So there are ways to mitigate it and end the effects. Pretty much anything that can remove poison.
All right. So all you have to do is just get potions or antidotes that will remove poison from you.
What if I'm immune to poisons?
I don't know. But if you are, I'm going to study
I'm not saying I am.
Are you?
But I'm just saying. I am not.
What?
Because if you are, I might use you as a guinea pig now.
I'd punch you in the head.
Oh, that is a thing.
I don't think that's very wise. But
What?
okay, I understand.
What's a thing?
Nothing? Oh. That's
I don't
a
like
thing.
these faces.
I don't either. I'm gonna
Ah.
punch Lucas in the head when I see him.
Interesting.
Yes,
Very
very
interesting.
interesting.
I found an item
Well-
that I found an item that I might have to drop later on down the line that might interest Wu enough to make him do some stupid things to try and get it into his hands.
Oh god. Wait, isn't Wu always doing stupid things?
That's true. He is 100%.
To get meat into his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, apparently there is an item known as the Periept of Proof Against Poison. So,
What does that do?
this delicate silver chain has a brilliant cut black gem pendant. While you wear it, poisons have no effect on you. That is a major tier rare item.
Lucas,
Uh-huh.
would a Charlatan crossbow bolt, would that give me madness?
I'm going to
Because
say...
only the...
Yeah. I'm going to say that it would be only if you were using it like constantly. I would say being that you're not like physically in contact but you do have to load it, it would have lessened effects. So it wouldn't be nearly as bad as somebody standing there with two giant sabers made out of this stuff. You know, you're momentarily grabbing a bolt and setting it in a thing and then shooting it. So it would be lessened effects, if any.
Okay.
I
was thinking about maybe making some.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any more?
Do I have any more Charlatan?
There is still some back at the cave. So there's still some Charlatan back there. Plus, you could also go out into the wilds and see if you can hunt some of it down, because it is a rare occurrence, but it is naturally occurring out here in Icewind Dale.
Okay.
Kind of the same thing that the Duragar are doing. So maybe if you hunt down some Duragar, you might find some Charlatan.
Yep.
So while Wu is doing that, Ravenchuck was getting the vial. Smith and Groff, what are the two of you doing?
Just waiting on
That
them,
would
I
be-
guess.
Sorry,
What?
what did you say, Justin?
I'm just waiting on them to finish up, I guess. We're not really doing anything else here, right?
No. Not that you can see. Smith, what are you doing?
I would grab Gerard.
Okay, heading back down in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you head down in, you can see that Nigiri and Marcus are like, Nigiri's kind of like shaking him. He's like splashing him with liquor and alcohol and spirits. The shrub is just kind of like standing there, and Marcus is sitting on Gerard's head, like kind of like poking at him. And when they see you coming down the hallway, Marcus and Gerard both take defensive stances, seeing the light coming in there. But when they realize that it's you, they relax. So, being that you have a carrying capacity of well in excess of 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds for a push dragon lift, you are in no way hindered by the weight of throwing Gerard over your shoulder. But he's basically a limp noodle right now. And what's that?
Okay.
Where are you taking him?
Just to the rest of the group.
Okay.
Tied up.
So we will say, just to get everybody back together, you will go out the entrance that the door is located, as you are taking Gerard and his companions up to the top of this plateau, where you see Wu as well as Sonar, but you see a familiar face. The two of you. You can see that Raven Chuck is up here with Beef Chuck. As the two of you are up there, you can see Groff and Smith coming around the side. You see that Smith has Gerard kind of thrown over his shoulder, with Marcus and Nigiri following right behind, as well as what looks to be a living, walking shrub.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, hey, it's Beefy, right?
No, Raven Chuck. Beef Chuck's the
Charles.
snake.
That's right. I remember you. How are you, lad?
Good.
Did you make me any weapons?
You didn't ask for any?
Well, thought it would have been a nice gesture, but that's all right. That's all right.
What a dick.
Like, Wu asked for one, but you didn't, so...
I also provided him
that's
with the
all right.
materials.
I told him it was all right. He didn't have to make me any. I was just wondering.
Greedy bastard.
As they make so much,
Me.
as they make so much more of an issue of it. Yeah. So Smith or Wu and Ravenchuck, you guys see him coming up. Smith, where do you lay down Gerard?
Somewhere?
Sorry, what was that?
Just in the center of the room somewhere.
Well, you're kind of like up on the plateau where the sarcophagus is. So I didn't know if you wanted to like set him up against one of the pillars, just set him in the snow, setting him on the sarcophagus.
Face first into the snow.
Well, we're kind of done here, right?
What's that?
We're kind of done here, right?
I mean, that's up to you guys. I don't. Where the fuck
Yeah,
did
we're done
Sonar
here.
go? Oh, he's over there.
I would imagine I'd still be carrying him for the moment.
Okay, so yeah, you still have him thrown over your shoulder. Sonar standing there, he kind of turns around. He looks at the three of you and he says, "I'm glad that you were able to escape."
Me too.
And he looks at Gerard and he says, The boy, has he fallen?
Does he
Smith?
need to be healed?
Yeah,
Um,
what's actually up with him? I didn't quite get it. I'm gonna rush out of there.
From what you saw, Smith, basically he was running out, and then just kind of right before he hit that door, passed out, just out cold.
I'll explain that to the group.
Okay.
I will take a look at him.
All
Check
right.
his blood sugars. They're probably a little low.
Roll me a medicine check.
As you're doing that, I'm going to start giving Sonar clothes.
Okay. What clothes do you have with you?
Common clothes?
Oh, okay, you're giving him your commoners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so that he looks normal if he comes into town with us.
I fully understand. Yeah. So so yeah, Ravenchuck, you go over. Smith's carrying Woo. He lowers him so that you're able to inspect him. You give him a full once over as you are. You can see that he's still breathing. As you wrench open his eyes, they're kind of dilated. It looks as if he is in a deep sleep. But try as you might, he's not waking up.
Somebody kiss him. He might wake up.
He'll live. I think he's just super exhausted.
No, he just needs a kiss. Groff, you got this, right?
Groff silently walks off. You kiss the children yourself, you pedophile.
Yeah, you so while you're doing this, behind you, you see Sonar standing there in normal clothing, as he is being dressed by Woo in his commoner's clothes. I legitimately tried looking up a picture of Mummy in clothes, just for comedic effect. Literally nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, literally.
Rule 34.
I mean, I found something that almost looks like Rule 34. But that was some weird ass shit. Oh, that's the fucking bodysuit from A Noxuna Moon and The Mummy Return. That's really weird. That's just a straight up orange jumpsuit, lady. Don't even try to joke. Yeah, so you see the mummy still has the wrappings around his head. But you are able to outfit him with some like a loose shirt, some breeches,
What are britches?
pants.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what commoners' clothes are: a loose shirt and baggy breeches. His
Does this mean he's sleeping naked now?
Woo? Yeah. Considering Woo wears studded leather, that he would be sleeping either in his leathers, or which does not grant you the effects of a long rest, or he's going to be sleeping in the buff. But considering he has cold weather clothing, that is still perfectly fine.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I also have the ring.
Yes, he does have the Ring of Warmth as well.
So I can sleep naked.
You could sleep naked.
Where are you putting that ring?
If you got to ask, you don't want to know.
So yeah, you could still like with these clothes on. I mean, just imagine you have a mummy with some baggy clothes on. He still has like cloth wrappings for feet is fairly normal. and his hands are still covered in the cloth wrappings. The patches near his hands, kind of with a design of the religious holy symbol of his goddess Sahani Moonbow, but he still has like the wrapped head.
Yeah, there's no fixing that part. Sorry, bud.
And he just kind of
we'll just say you were burned really badly.
he just kind of gives a shrug. He's like, all right.
So Smith and Groff, while you were gone, the cave was attacked by some Dorgar.
Some crazies.
Yeah, I found out his name was
Zardarok Sunblight.
Zardarok Sunblight, and he is making something with a massive and horrifying amount of Shardlin. And with how much Shardlin he is trying to get, it is super dangerous to everyone on this land.
Scroff knew who
So
that
what-
is.
Roll me a history check, but you're gonna roll it with disadvantage because he's not that well known. But you okay? Oh, man.
Oh,
About
God.
Advantage.
It's like almost on the tip of your tongue, but then it's gone. The only thing that you're really able to pull from your mind is that obviously his last name being Sunblight means that he is going to be that he is going to be a part of the Sunblight clan, which the only thing you really know about that is that it is a clan of Durgars that are from the depths of of the Underdark. So if they are out here somewhere in Icewind Dale, you imagine that they are not here for any good reasons, but I will give you this minor piece of information. When he brings this up, in your mind, being that he is a Durgar, being that he would be coming from the Underdark, you know that most entrances and accesses to the Underdark are located in the spine of the world, which is to the south of Icewind Dale. 1 second to pull up.
Is Groff a Dorgar too?
He's
or
a
is he a
dwarf.
dwarf?
Yeah, he.
Okay.
He's,
Shut your
he's-
mouth, boy.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, fuck, I forgot that this map really doesn't have anything for you guys to see. Hold on, I think I might have fucked that up by erasing one of the pieces. Wow, that has nothing on it. Now I think I fucked that up too.
Control undo. Control undo.
I literally can't.
Undo is not a button.
Yeah. Here, wait. This will work. Oh yeah, this is actually. No, wait. That's a different one. But that one will work. Sick. Here we go. Present. There we go. Cool. So yeah, spine of the world. So from where you guys are, you're up here in Lonelywood, where this little blue D20 is located. This black line represents where the black cabin is that you guys have.
I see death.
You see
There
death?
we go. It hadn't uploaded the new picture yet.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so down at the bottom, where the spine of the world is, that is the mountain range that kind of separates Icewind Dale from the north side of the Sword Coast. So you imagine if this is a Durgar who is coming from the Underdark, that is proceeding into Icewind Dale, it would at least give you some inclination that they might be down there somewhere.
Where is he?
Anywhere could be across. That's really hard to see that color. Down here, anywhere in this big mountain range that could stretch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Literally anywhere where there are mountains to the south could be the location of where Zardarok Sunblight is located. So obviously that's a lot of mountain ranges.
That's a big mountain range.
Yeah, boy.
Let's get to exploring. We're gonna find them and kill them.
We got to get back to town first, bud.
All right, well, whatever. Priorities.
Aren't you gonna skin the other wolf, Aaron?
I already did.
I'll say if you're doing the other one, roll me another. Yeah, roll me another nature check.
You were gonna say roll me another one, weren't you?
No, I was gonna say roll me another nature check. You fucking shit. Oh, that's just bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that one. That one is burnt. Like its pelt is just not there. The first bolt that hit the first fire bolt that hit that thing in the mouth basically scorched its teeth to the point where they're just like brittle. Also the fact when it breathed out the fire or the ice breath, just that like one and back from one extreme to the next. Not only that, but it was who actually killed that thing? Was that Raven Chuck?
The wolf.
Or was that Beef Chuck? Oh, that's right. Yes. That's right. So when the other winter wolf bit into this thing, it basically bit so far in that it pierced its heart, making that, unusable.
I need to get my nature shit up.
A little bit.
What's your nature? Because I'm a
-1?
+4. Oh, why don't I do the nature checks from now on?
Because I have to harvest them.
He went to skin the pelt, but he really just grabbed the skin and tried ripping it off.
Yeah. Right,
Why did you load up a blank Icewind Dale?
Because I'm trying to get the fucking map to actually work. Because there's there we go. Sea of Moving
Now the
Ice.
compass.
Black Cabin. This is what I wanted. Like I can actually load this stuff in. Yeah, there we go. Like, but it's so fucked because I can't access like the town names and things like that because I want to put the town names on there. Like
I think it was Groff is the one that's married, right?
Groff is the one that's married?
In real
Yeah.
life?
In real life, yeah.
Oh, I meant like in game. Which one's married?
No one?
Not
Anybody's
much.
married.
Oh,
I gotta move that.
I thought you said Lucas when we talked that I meant someone's husband.
Oh. No, that was the first time around whenever you were gonna go to Targos.
Keegan?
Yeah, you're thinking of Keegan and Garrett, who were two of the folks that you guys met, that your group would have met over in Targos. Whenever I changed it, you went from the cave down to Bryn Shander. It was there that you went and talked to the folks at the House of the Morning Lord, which was Mishon and Copper Knobberknocker. Copper Knobberknocker being an old colleague of yours from your artificery days. Whereas you went into battle cleric, or you went into like combat medic, he went into the religious services.
God damn.
Okay.
And it was actually there that he gave you that parcel, that package for Urard.
Now what the fuck's going on?
I'm putting the names in, motherfucker.
Oh no, I'm talking about Lost Ark.
Oh, god damn
Why are you talking
Dugan's
about
Hole. Hmm.
it. Yeah, Tugan's Hole.
Why are we
What a-
putting 2 in the hole?
What a goofy name. Now I need to move these back and make sure that they're like right in the right spot.
Why is Tourmaline underneath of the trail?
Because the way that I had to move this map is just infuriating. Because it's supposed to be like that, but it's. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't fucking. Anyway.
So Smith, how's your game going? Good talk, Smith. Good talk.
Taking a break right now.
So yeah, like I said, with all of that going on, you guys have what are you guys doing at that point?
I guess I'm going to try to talk to Beef Raven Chuck, not Beef Chuck, and have him teach me more about nature and the book and how to potentially skin to get better ingredients as we walk back to town.
All right, yeah. So the two of you can work together in time, trying to trying to gain a little bit of insight into these into this ability. Because yeah, I didn't realize that Ravenchuck. Well, oh yeah, that's because it's nature is intelligence based. Yeah, that's right. So that makes sense.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
SMRT.
So with that, you guys are able to make your or yeah, I guess so. With that, what are you guys doing from there?
We're going back to the village.
I'm
Your
okay
town?
going back to the town. If
Okay.
y'all are.
Yep.
Grab supplies for the long journey down to the spine of the world.
All
I'm
right.
gonna hook my sled back up to my snake.
Holy shit.
Sled back up to your snake. Yep. Man, I feel like I just have to reload that map entirely because it is just so fucked.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So, it is going to be a bit of a trek back through the forest. So it is going to take so it is going to take a little bit of time. You guys have been out here for maybe about a half an hour, going through this place, giving Wu some time to harvest what he can out of that one winter wolf, which you were able to get the wolf hide as well as 2 of the teeth. So I need to pull that back up.
What do you got to pull up?
I gotta pull up
My pants.
Yeah,
If you want to pull up my pants.
Is Smith carrying Gerard back to the town, or is he loading him into Ravenchuck's sled? Because Ravenchuck does have a sled that he can attach to Beefchuck.
The sled possibly carry me and Gerard,
Yeah.
or just Gerard?
Yeah, it has
Okay.
enough room. Yeah, you don't have like 1,000 things with you, so there is some good room in there.
Sled sounds good.
Okay, so yeah, you gingerly place Gerard back into you gingerly place Gerard into the cart, and you guys start making your way back out of the woods. So whoever is leading the group to make your way out, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Whoever's leading the group.
Okay, not me then.
Not me either.
Wu would lead, but he's going to ask for the night vision goggles from Groff.
No, they're not night vision goggles.
Well, whatever vision goggles they are.
It's heat signatures, and I'll keep them. I can be a scout in the back.
All right.
I want to be the eyes.
Smith, are you behind Wu or in front of Groff?
I think towards front.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, with that, you start to make your way in the direction that you feel is the right direction.
God.
A good hour goes by, and after a point, you recognize that you see some tracks in the snow ahead of you. So moving up to them to see if maybe they're like, some of the hunters from Lonelywood, and you realize that these tracks are very
Those are
clearly...
our
Yes,
footprints.
they are very clearly your footprints that you have made a decent circle here, but it has only taken you roughly an hour to realize.
Yeah. Boo.
Anyone else? I mean, are you going... Do you want to continue leading the group? Do you want to see if anybody else... All right. So
I noticed that those are our footprints.
Yeah, no, it's fucking hell air. Very he rolled his penis check. Got a 25.
He still has one. That's good.
Yeah, as you come across these tracks, you realize that and you can see them. As soon as you come upon them, Groff, you're able to see that these are obviously your tracks.
Lad, you're leading us in circles, don't you know?
Again?
Again.
So with the 15 though, another...
Oh, is it not again?
What?
Is it am I still leading us in circles?
I mean, you
With the
rolled
15?
you rolled a 15. So, you are eventually able to find your way out of here. It takes you about another 2 hours. You realize now the heading that you're going on, but it is at this point about 7:30 at night. It's been about 3 hours. There's a massive chill in the air.
I feel nothing.
True, you don't feel anything. And while you guys are walking, you do hear some noises out in the forest, on the fringes of your periphery, but nothing happens nothing comes up to approach your group or cause you any ill will on your way. And eventually you're able to come out of the woods, just to the east of the Lucky Lyre.
Yay.
In the wonderful town of Lonelywood. All right, so yeah, as you guys come out, you can see the lights here are flickering on the buildings, kind of as I described before. This is a fairly quiet town. It's the farthest northern town, and yeah, you guys make your way out of the forest. You can see there really isn't anyone out at this hour with how late it is, as well as just the fact that there's no light around other than the lanterns that are burning on some of the houses. Really, no one is out, but you do hear that there is, there sounds to be, or there appears to be folk in the Lucky Liar Tavern as you're starting to make your way that way.
Much as I want to drink, we should probably go to the doctor and get him this stuff.
As they do that, I'm going to go to the person who runs the town.
All right, so you want to go seek out Speaker Nimsy Huddle?
Yes.
Okay. Are you
I am going to go with Woo.
okay?
Okay.
Smith, where are you going? Who are you going to go with? Smith.
Sorry. I don't know. We'll probably just go with the rest of the group where everyone's going.
Well, Groff is going to go. Groff's going to go to the doc's office to get him the ingredients so that he and Marcus can be cured of their illness. And Wu and Ravenchuck are going to go and try and track down Speaker Nimsy Huddle.
Where are we doing that again?
What's that?
Where are we going to the Speaker Nimsy Huddle?
You actually don't know, and I don't necessarily know if Wu has said anything yet. But unless he specifically said otherwise, Groff is basically like, we should go and, as much as I want to drink, we should go and talk to the doc. I don't know what Wu says beyond that.
He's gonna go tell everybody that he's gonna go find the speaker.
Okay.
If they don't ask why, then he's not gonna say why.
I don't know why, right?
You don't.
I would
Well-
ask him what he needs to, like, not knowing what we would have to do. I'd ask him, like, what do you got? What do you got to see them for?
Apparently she has a bounty on that the moose.
Oh, all right then.
Oh yeah,
Good
I
enough
guess
for
we
Groff.
should have also said. I imagine Wu has like the white moose head like strapped to his back with some rope like tied around the antlers, because God knows that thing is just going to be a bear to carry otherwise. Yeah. So, are you heading to the tavern? Are you asking around for where the town's speaker would be? How are you going about that, Wu?
I guess I would ask, or I guess I would go to the tavern first and ask.
Okay. As for Smith, Smith, were you going to go with Wu and Ravenchuck, or were you going to go with Groff to the doctors?
I'll go with Groff, the doctors.
Cool. So as you guys start making your way out of the forest, you see that you're a little bit further north. You start making your way down. What the hell is going on? There we go. You start making your way down. Wu and Ravenchuck make their way in. Smith, I imagine you pick up your rard and kind of toss him over your shoulder in order to head down to the doctor's office with Groff. You have Marcus Niyagiri as well as this awakened shrub following behind you, as well as Sonar, who is following behind the two of you as well, just trying to keep his head low and everything. Wu and Ravenchuck, as the two of you enter this tavern, there's a bit of a commotion going on But at the front of the tavern near the hearth, you can see that there is a number of people kind of just gathered around, chatting with one another. And the same owner of the tavern that you spoke with earlier that day in the morning, she kind of like looks up at the sound of the door opening, and I imagine you still have the moose head strapped to your back.
Yes.
Okay. You just see her eyes go wide, as like the entire tavern just goes silent as everyone turns around and looks at you. And like she walks up to you and she says, "By the 9 hells, you weren't kidding." And
I never kid about a joke.
yeah. Well,
I never
Roth
kid
runs
about a
to the bar
job.
and slaps him.
Wow.
She looks at you and I must say I wasn't expecting you to succeed. Maybe thought you'd come back with your head held, but gotta say that's an impressive feat. And you can see the townsfolk that are here in the tavern, their eyes are kind of like lighting up. There's this like building up until you hear like a, "Oh my god, he killed the moose!" And like everyone cheers. Ale kind of goes flying as people are clinking mugs, and they're like, they're coming up to you and they're like looking at it, patting you on the shoulders and everything. You see the one, he's dressed up in furs and he says, "Oh my god, you have no idea how thankful I am. I can go back to work. Thank you so much." And you see the tavern owner, as she's standing there, she says, "Well, aren't you the popular one?" Can't
Always
blame
when I go to a new place.
you. She laughs and she says, "Oh, I can't blame them." And she looks down at you, Ravenchuck. She says, "Oh, I see you found them."
Yes, I did. Thank you for the information.
Well, I'm glad that these folks are able to go back to work now. This will definitely help our town. I imagine you're wanting to speak with Speaker Huddle.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Well, I understand. She tells you where her house is. She's like, she was here not too long ago. I told her about your group, how somebody had come around, so she might be expecting you, but I honestly don't think she had much hopes either. But so she might be in fairly good mood when you go and visit.
Is she often in a bad mood?
No, she's often in a good mood, but obviously with the situation that was present, it soured her mood for a while.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the whole time, people are kind of like, coming up and like patting you on the arms and shoulders, like congratulating you. You can see a few of them are going over and picking up axes and putting on gear and stuff, and talking about hitting hard out to the forest in the morning. So
Think if they were really thankful, they'd buy us some drinks, huh? Woo.
Are you old enough to drink?
I'm older than you.
My name is Woo.
You hear
I'm older than Woo.
You hear a guy behind you, Ravenchuck. He's like, "Oh, you guys want?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." He's like, "I'll buy you a drink." He's like, "You just put money back into our hands, put food into our mouths." And he looks over at the barkeep and he says, "Dana, please, get them food, get them ale, get them whatever they need." And she kind of like puts her hands up. She's like, "Relax, Daryl. they have some business to attend to with the town speaker, and beyond that,
Isn't this the one that like I tipped really well?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Do you even have enough to pay for all this?"
Yes.
Okay.
She's like, I'm sure that they will be here for a little while in order to enjoy your offer.
Does that offer still stand with you?
She says, you did pay for... She's
Not you. Woo.
Yeah. Oh, God. So are the two of you going to head down to the town speaker's house?
I am, yeah.
Okay, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so as the two of you head out, you can see, you pass the doctor's office. You can see the lights on inside as we will address that situation. So, Groff and Smith, the two of you followed by Sonar as well as Gerard's companions, you guys make your way over to the doctor's office. It's fairly late at night at this hour. Like I said, it's about 7:30, but you still do see the flickering candle on the inside. As you walk in, you can see that the Furbolg that you guys talked to earlier in the day is sitting there in his chair, going through a couple of different books in his hand. For what it is worth, this was his picture again. And as he hears the door open, he closes his book, looks up at all of you, and he says, "Welcome back.
Good to be back. Here's the stuff."
Oh, I was not expecting you to have it so quickly."
That makes two of us, actually.
We do a lot of things quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not even here.
He says, this is everything I need. Phallus Empedicus, Coprolite, Mons Moss. Well, I did my part. I ventured out to the lake, gathered up enough water to make the potions for the two of you, and he looks at you, Groff, and looks down at Marcus. Says, well, with that, I guess I should be attending to this. And he looks at Gerard, kind of slung over Smith's shoulder, and he says, what happened to the young boy? Is he all right?
He gets all
Depression
tuckered
sleep.
out after a large mission.
I see. Well, as long as he did not contract anything as well, I fear that I will not have to attend to him.
He's just moving a lot lately, if you know what I mean.
Well, then I will do what I can to attend to these poultices to give you two the healing that you need. And he begins to go about it, and as he starts mixing the ingredients, he says, well, as much as I wish to say that this would be ready by tomorrow, I feel that this will not be ready until 2 days from now. Or sorry, 3 days from now. 3 days from now.
No, you said 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to speak to your supervisor, please.
He kind of
name is Karen.
Yeah, really. He kind of looks at you, and he looks at like all the natural ingredients around him, and he says, "The world itself is my supervisor."
All right, fair enough. I trust you.
Man yells at Cloud, "Damn you, nature!" So that'll be on the 16th. That Groff and Marcus's potions are done. Just gives you guys a little bit of time to go and attend to anything that you need. So the two of you, what are you doing? You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to say this. As you are standing there, and the doc is going about his business, he looks down at the awakened shrub that is now with you, as well as Sonar, who is standing behind with his head kind of held low, and he says, I see that you have picked up some friends along the way.
Something like that.
Well, it is always good to find companionship where you can find it.
Yeah, even among the dead.
Well, through some dark magics, anything is possible.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry.
No thanks.
Yeah. I think that's where we'll go with that. I'm trying to think of something because I forgot to play into something earlier, and now I'm kind of regretting it. Smith and Groff, roll me a history check.
I'm so good at these.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's been a couple hours. So that's perfectly fine. We can address that later.
Did
So
Groff do a check?
yeah, he did. He rolled a 6.
Oh.
All right. So with that, you guys dropping off the ingredients. You still have a out cold Gerard as well as his companions, including
With a pinched nerve.
the awakened shrub as well as Sonar. So where are you guys going at this point?
Well, if I gotta wait, I'm going to the bar.
All right. Same for Smith, I imagine.
You said bar? Bar sounds good.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, the two of you, you head out of the doc's office. You still have Gerard thrown over your shoulder. You go up to the Lucky Liar. There is a fairly big commotion going on as you guys enter. You see the townsfolk there. They're in a celebration. You can hear them talking about how, how Wu was just there and how he killed the moose, and that the town can go back to work now. And when the tavern owner sees the two of you walking in, she approaches, and she has a hearty smile on her face, and she says, "Hey, welcome. I saw your friend and saw what you guys did. Gotta say, thanks."
I'll just kind of nod.
Beer,
Do you have
please.
I'd like to get a room for the night for both my friend here, and I'll address her to Gerard and myself.
You see that she kind of looks around. She says, "I'm sorry, hon. We don't have rooms." And as you look around, you realize this place is just a tavern. She says, "Unfortunately, the last inn that we had closed down about 2 years ago. It used to be the only inn known as the Ramshackle. Unfortunately, the last owner of the building passed away, and it's currently vacant. It's being used for lumber storage."
How much?
And she
I'm
says,
not there.
"Yeah, I know you're not there."
Okay. I
but,
thought you were going to answer that.
No.
Oh, wait, wasn't he in the bar then?
No.
Oh, he
At
was.
this point, he's already heading down to Nimsy Huddle. So
right.
you guys basically walked in and everybody's celebrating, but Wu had already gone out because it took you guys a little bit of time to get the ingredients out and together and for the dock to start getting everything in order.
That makes sense. All right.
But yeah, so as you got, she looks at you, she says, but being that you are the group that put an end to the White Moose menace that has been plaguing our town for weeks, I imagine Town Master Huddle might be able to put you up for the night. She has a decent sized home, and she kind of like shrugs and she says, and halflings don't take up much space. And she explains to you where the town speaker's house is.
I was gonna say, who's a
I'm gonna
halfling?
be right back.
Okay.
That's where Woo's right.
Sorry, say that again, Smith.
That's where Woo's going, right?
That is where Wu is going. Correct.
All right. Yeah, let's head that way then. Or I'm heading that way.
Yeah, she'll explain that she sent your companions down that way as well. That she already suggested to go and speak with Nimsy Huddle. All right. Tarrant said he will be right back, and we're going to be getting to them in just a second.
E-break?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do a quick pause and back. There we go. Okay, so so we will go back to Smith, or sorry, not Smith.
What I missed?
1 second.
Literally nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, so we're gonna go back to Ravenchuck and Wu heading down to the speaker's house. Like I said, you were told where her house was, and as you walk up to it, you can see that it's a fairly spacious abode. It has a very warm appearance from the outside. Where was it? Yeah. So, and like I said, it has a sign on the front that says town speaker.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys do? You just walk up, knock on it?
I walk up and knock.
I'm gonna open the door like I own the place. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. You guys walk. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna knock.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You guys walk up. Imagine like Wu, knocks at the top. Ravenchuck knocking at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And with this melody of knocks, a moment later you see a very warmly dressed halfling approach the party. Where was it? Here we go. Shoot, do I have her? I had her picture right. Yeah, there she is. So she has gray hair. It's kind of pulled up in a bun. She's wearing warm clothing. She has a very warm smile on her face. And as she approaches the door, you can hear the sound of children in the house laughing and having a good time. And she looks up at she looks straight at Ravenchuck at the same height, but then she looks up at Wu and she says, "Oh, well, good evening, folks. How may I help you?"
I heard that you were looking for the head of the White Moose.
Oh, yes. And she realizes now what you're carrying on your back. She says, "Oh my! I talked to Dana not too long ago, and she said that there was a group that had recently come to town and said that they were going to put an end to it. I did not believe that it would be the case. Please come in, warm yourselves. I have a fresh batch of cookies coming out of the hearth right now as we speak.
Ooh, I love cookies.
Yes, please. And as you walk in, you can clearly see that her house was built for humans, but most of the furniture is halfling sized. But she does have a few bigger chairs for visitors of taller stock. You also see 4 halfling children scampering from room to room and climbing up to a ladder to a loft, chasing one another with wooden swords, while a fire crackles in a hearth in her cluttered kitchen. And as you guys take some seats around the hearth, warming yourselves, she says, "Oh, yes, I can't thank you enough. Our loggers have been terrorized by that moose for, well, God, it's been a good week or so, a good 2 weeks. The beast has eluded the hunters that we have sent to kill it. I'm sure that you are aware that we depend on the forest for our survival. I felt like a terrible townspeaker letting some dumb moose get the best of us. But here it is, and she lets out a hearty laugh as and you can see that she kind of like tries to hold back her stomach a bit, seeing that it's just a decapitated moose head on, kind of sitting there on the ground. And as she's pulling out this tray of cookies, she comes over to the two of you, and she says, "What might I ask? What happened to the rest of it?"
Well,
Think Wu ate it.
he's got some of the blood if you want.
No, he has different blood.
I
That's what I
have
said, he
different
has-
blood.
Oh, that is different blood.
Yeah.
Well, I tried ratting him out for something else.
Well, it's a different situation.
I just have the head and the pelts.
Oh, well, I was going to say I know the local butcher was looking forward to that meat. Whoever would have got it. If you go back and if at any
Actually,
point you
I think I did get the meat.
oh yeah, actually I think you did. I think you did take some time dismembering it.
Yeah. Rations.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it would have been added to your rations. I forget. Shit.
I want to say I was at 19 and I'm at 26 now.
that was a nature check, right?
Yes.
Shit.
Well-
It doesn't go back that far for me. Because these were all the
19
attacks.
minus 26.
Oh yeah, I mean that would have just been 7.
Does that sound right?
Wait, what is it was a considered I forget what it was considered. Oh, that's right. It was considered
It's a moose. It probably considered large or a medium.
well, I think it was based on a giant
Elk.
goat. Was it a giant? Oh, that's right, giant elk. Yes. So that would have been 2. So yeah, you would have been able to get, because it was large, 2d6. So yeah, 7 sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah, and she says, "Oh, well, you already chopped it up and everything, I see. Oh, that's not a problem." She's like, "You can keep that. I think he was looking more for some finer cuts out of it, but not a problem. Sure, he will live. Darius goes out hunting all the time anyway. But as for the rest of it, yes, the fact that it is now dead, well, that is a means for celebration." And at this point, she's handing both of you from the tray these cookies that are in the shape of halflings.
Do any of them look like the children that are running around?
Not specifically. They're not like voodoo cookies.
I just want to
Wow.
make sure. I don't know what they do with their cookies or how they make them.
Just fucking cookies, you monster.
Voodoo cookies.
You're the DM.
Yeah, I know, and I'm gonna say they're not voodoo cookies.
It's not like I'm the DM.
That is
Yeah.
true. I'm gonna eat the cookie.
Yeah, it's just a cookie.
It was
It-
people.
Yeah, it's just a cookie. I'm not poisoning your.
I'm gonna eat 2 cookies.
Yeah, she has like a plate of cookies laying out on the table. You see some of you see the children. They've all kind of like sheepishly moved over down onto the main floor where you guys are, and have gone up to the moose head and are kind of poking at it with their swords. And they're just like, ew.
I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick it and make a noise of the moose just to scare.
You
freak
say
the
they
kids out a
all
little bit.
they all jump. kind of fall back a bit. Nimsy gives a hearty laugh as she looks over at the 4 children, and she says, she's like, leave these gentlemen alone. They have done more for our town than a lot of folk would be willing to do. This story will go down in the town's history for some time. But she looks at the 2 of you and she says, I can't believe that just be the 2 of you that were able to accomplish such a feat. I mean, we sent an entire group out there looking for it, and I mean, they weren't even able to locate it, but you were able to find it as well as kill it.
There was more of us that had hands in part of this.
There was?
There 'twas.
Did they fall in combat? Did you lose folk?
No, they went to go talk to the doc.
Oh, Dr. Scorenstein, yes.
Yes.
Good man. He knows his stuff, that one. Been here for quite some time. Well, and we'll say it's at that point that there's another knock at the door. As Groff and Smith, the 2 of you at this point have gone down and taken the opportunity to find the speaker's house. And as the 2 of you are standing there, Nimsy excuses herself from Wu and Ravenchuck. And
Before she does, though,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask her. Oh, has his legs healed up?
the docs?
Yes.
He never had any issue with his legs, as far as I know. Spoke with him just 2 days ago, and perfectly fine. I'm not sure. Has he befallen an illness that has affected his legs? Is there something that I'm unaware of?
Are they talking about the doctor that I was taking care of?
There's a funny thing there that Ravenchuck doesn't know. Neither does Wu.
Yeah. He's like, huh?
Wait, isn't the doctor back in the cave?
You see
Are we talking about the same doctor?
You see Nimsy kind of like raises an eyebrow, and she's like, back at the cave? I don't know what cave you're talking about. His office is just around the corner. I said I spoke to him 2 days ago. And yeah, obviously, Ravenchuck, you know Dr. Joseph F. Scorenstein as the man that you just spent a few days with in the Cave of the Berserkers with completely shattered legs, trying to rebuild himself.
As soon as she leaves, I'm gonna look at Aaron and be like, his legs are
Woo.
shattered.
His name is Wu.
Sorry. I'm gonna look at Wu. His legs are shattered. And I've spent like the past couple of days taking care of him. There's no way she saw him two days ago with working legs.
Does Wu react to that?
He's just gonna eat his cookie confused.
I can see Wu is not a very, I'm gonna say this under my breath, intelligent person.
I mean, he
does not.
He does have an 8 in intelligence. A solid 10 points under Ravenchuck's.
Yeah.
You got the difference between a dumb commoner and a fairly studied scholar. As you watch Wu pensively eat his cookie, confused, you hear the door open. You hear Nimsy over at the door, and Groff and Smith, as the 2 of you have approached this establishment. You see a halfling approach the door, and she says, "Oh, greetings. How may I help you folk?"
We're with
Oh,
them.
they're our friends.
Oh,
We're not there.
I mean, you're 30 feet away.
We're too busy eating cookies.
Yeah. Woo is definitely eating cookies.
I
Look,
take
the
like
Cookie
a
Monster.
5-second break to just.
Yeah, and she looks at you. She looks at Groff and Smith. And she says, "Oh, well, please, come in, warm yourselves up. I was just talking to your friends here about your exploits with the moose itself. Must say, I'm very thankful. The town, the town is gracious for what you have done for us. I cannot thank you enough." And she points to she gestures to the plate of cookies on the table. She says, please, eat, warm yourselves. I have ale if you would like some spiced ale.
What cookies?
Yes, please.
I would love some spiced ale.
Woo is just like feverishly shoving as many into his mouth as he can before these two can get there.
What is wrong with you, lad?
They're grandma cookies.
They look like people.
And so she comes over. She has a couple flagons of ale, and she sees Smith carrying Gerard over his shoulder, and she says, "Oh, has the young lad there? Is he all right?"
He's exhausted. That's all.
Well, and she looks at Smith and she says, "Well, if you want, you're more than welcome to rest him up in the attic. I have some extra cots up there if he's needing a rest."
We'd appreciate that. We were looking for an inn, but I guess there's not one in town.
Well, she gets she gets this big smile on her face, and she says, "Well, then it seems Dana has guided you to the right place. It is true, the Ramshackle, unfortunately, closed down about 2 years ago. The gentleman, one of our sawyers, he unfortunately passed, and we've been using it for storage. But it is still welcome to be purchased. It is available for anyone who is interested in refurbishing it and reopening it.
How much?
And she kind of like mulls over that, and she says, "Well, being that you have you have helped me with this, I was looking to sell it for a good 100 gold, but I'm offering 100 gold for the moose's head, but I would be willing to..." She kind of like looks at the moose's head. She says, "I would be willing to offer you, a discount on it if, being that you have helped our town."
What kind
Well,
of a
if you were-
discount?
If you were going to give us 100 gold for the moose head, why not
Shut up,
just
Groff.
give us- Hey, eat your people cookie. How about we just take it off your hands, called fair?
I'm willing to do that if you want to just call it even.
We still get the spiced ale, right?
Well, of course.
All right, I'm in. You guys in?
Not mod.
It's my trophy.
Sure.
Well, Woo, if you want to try and sweeten the deal for yourself, roll me a persuasion check.
Huh. 13?
She looks at you and she says, well, I mean, what your friend here says is fairly on point. I'm willing to let you folks stay here for for a night or two while you get your affairs in order. We can write up the deed and just call it even, a trade for the moose head, and for the ending of the moose, as well as for the taking over the ownership of the ramshackle. We can even arrange to have the moose's head mounted in there.
Woo, I'll let you name the place.
You do know I'm gonna name it the White Moose, right?
I expected as much, yes.
What type of food and drinks are you going to serve there, Woo?
I wouldn't want to sell food and drinks to take away from business from the tavern, but
You see
I don't-
Nimsy, she nods, seeing the altruistic nature of that decision.
but I guess minimal food, just so that the bar can still, morning breakfast.
She nods. She says, "Well, the previous owner, De Groots, he had some he did some minor cooking there as well. What the fuck was that?
Me? A gasp?
What did you
Because-
gasp?
Kyra could run the inn.
Oh man, that's a thing. That's not a bad option. And
So, who would you hire to work in this tavern?
Kyra, our bard friend that has not been with us today.
yeah,
Is this a basic
yeah, but
operation that you're
You
renting
will
out,
need
or-
more than one person to work a inn.
Well, we'll let her
Housekeeping.
be in charge of hiring.
Yeah. I
Okay.
trust her judgment.
what did you say, Smith?
Is this the place we're buying that we're talking about turning into like a tavern? Is that what we're doing?
So what it is
Not a tavern, an inn, so
right.
people can, like travelers like us, can go to sleep rather
Right.
than.
so
How many
basic.
rooms are in this place? I thought we were gonna use it for ourselves. No.
Well, so basically, what it is in this town there is the inn, or there's the tavern, there's the shop, the town speaker's house, and then there is the ramshackle, which I will, I think I can bring up on the map, which apparently maybe not. Why isn't it letting me select anything? There we go. Which is right down here. But pretty much what that is it's an old tavern. It's an old tavern that used to be open, but about 2 years ago, the owner of the place died, and it's been out of commission since. So,
Tavern or inn?
the inn. It is an inn. The tavern is the Lucky Liar. The Happy Scrimshander is the local shop, and the Ramshackle is the closed inn. The Ramshackle is the thing that Nimsy is basically offering as a trade for, the 100 gold that she would have given you guys to kill the White Moose, to be the funding that goes towards not only buying the the deed to the Ramshackle, but also getting it stocked with, furniture, tables, and stuff. Because the 100 gold is going to go towards all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down with that. As long as we have our friend Kyra.
Yeah,
manage it.
Ravenchuck, you will remember Kyra was the was the bird folk bard that was with the group the last time that you had met. She was not with the group whenever you went looking for them. That is because she is resting back at the Doc's house, as she had fallen ill shortly after arriving in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But was she there when we killed the moose?
No. She stayed back the entire time. She
Okay.
Whenever you guys were like getting ready to leave, she was already at the Doc's office with her kind of keeping an eye on her.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah, because that is an excellent idea, actually, because that will help me with kind of managing her character a little bit better. So yeah, Nimsy, has a hearty laugh about her, and she looks at all of you, and she reaches out her hand to shake yours in deal agreement.
And I will reach out and shake her hand as well.
Sweet. As you do, fire and lightning shoot up from her fingertips. You've made a deal with the devil. No, I'm kidding. She's just a helpless...
Wouldn't be the first time.
Smith just throws Gerard to the ground, grabs his sword.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He can't cast fireball here.
He can't, not in this campaign, no. All right. So yeah, with that, you can, Smith will say that, you head upstairs, up into Nimsy's attic. Up there, she has 2 rooms. Each one of them has a, like the heat from the chimney is coming up into them, warming the spaces as, the heat is rising up through the house. There's enough beds up there for all of you to, rest comfortably for the evening. As you lay Gerard down, Neogiri and Marcus, as you head up there, I don't think, Dwarvish and Giant, Marcus, Neogiri only knows that, Marcus, as you lay them down, you see the small, awakened shrub kind of like maneuvering its way around the room to rest next to him. Neogiri just kind of like sits up next to him, and Marcus goes and kind of curls into a ball on Gerard's chest. As you can see the small rise and fall of Gerard's chest as he's laying there breathing. Marcus looks at you, Smith, and with a slight meow to its voice, you hear him say, "Thank you," in common.
Thanks. And I'll kind of nod and go on my way.
All right. So you head back downstairs. The rest of you, while you're down there, you can see Smith coming back down. It was while he was up there, Nimsy was taking a seat with all of you, and she's just kind of having a chat. And she sees Sonar standing off to the side. She watches Smith carry Gerard up, and all the companions go up. And she sees Sonar sitting, who takes a seat next to the hearth, and he's warming himself. This is like the first real kind of heat that he's had in literal ages, and he just kind of like lets out like a small like and Nimsy looks over at the 3 of you, Groff, Wu, and Ravenchuck, and she says, so your friend there, he's he's
special?
Well, I was going to say he's very tightly bandaged. Is he all right?
Yeah, he
stairs.
He get
What did you say?
burned.
He fell down some stairs.
Oh,
He fell down some stairs,
And he had a doorknob.
and had boiling water poured on him.
oh, you poor thing. That's horrible.
Don't touch him.
I wouldn't think of it.
Maybe don't look at him either.
I do apologize for pointing it out. Then you poor helpless thing, you.
He's very sensitive. His frail male ego is very fragile.
Well, I don't wish to cause any disturbances.
He'll take a pudding cup and an ale.
Well, I don't have any pudding, but I can assuredly get him some ale. I mean, it kind of just like looks over at towards all of you, and you know his eyes are still aglow because they are motes of light. And she says, "Fuck, I gotta roll for this." I just kind of can't playing into that. Bing, where is it? There it is. Halfling, commoner. Okay. She says, "Oh, the light's kind of playing off your eyes in a very strange way."
Don't look at his eyes.
do that.
Huh.
It's his contacts.
Contacts. Roll me deception.
Oh, crap, I can't aid you in that.
And
I can.
can you? Do you have deception?
I
Oh my
got
god,
16.
yes.
you
It
do.
should be good.
And I have advantage on it.
All right, so with a 16, what does Wu say to try and help this? Because she's kind of like looking at his eyes, and again, the picture that I posted, he clearly has like glowing motes of lights for eyes. And Groff is saying that they are his contacts. What is Wu saying to try and play along this and give him the help action?
Yeah, I got nothing.
The fuck?
Contacts. It's contacts. Fuck off, Wu. It's contacts.
Wu just like,
Yeah, he found these bright gems, and he decided to put them as his
Shut up, Wu.
eyes.
Shut up, Wu. God damn it, Wu. All right, how much do I lose for
As
that?
a medic, I can say that I managed to craft him some contacts to help him see since his eyes got burned. I don't have advantage in deception, but I can say that to help.
Well, I'm also proficient in.
Can him
Deception.
saying that counteract Wu saying what Wu said?
yes. Okay, here's how it plays out. She like looks at his eyes like as he turns
Don't
around.
you roll?
She looks at his eyes and she makes a comment about how the light's playing off of them, and Gross like, "Oh, it's his contacts," and Wu's like,
He was fine with that. Let's establish that.
yeah.
She was fine with that.
Wu's like, "Yeah, we put like gems in his eyes," and I imagine Ravenchuck. He's like, "Oh, what we mean is I crafted him contacts out of some crystalline gems in order to amplify his vision because of the refraction of light, allowing him to see better." And she goes, "Oh, well, of course that makes sense. That's understandable."
I'm gonna need another ale now.
She says, "They have a wonderful shade of blue," is all I was going to say. And Sonar's just like, "Thanks." So yeah, Nimsy goes over. She grabs another plate of cookies, as well as some extra ales. Unless you guys have any other plans for the night while you're there,
I want to have my bow drawn and pointed at Wu at all times. Not like anything
I'm gonna look at
vital,
Gruff.
just like his knee.
Because he seems like the only other smart one in the group right now.
And that's saying something.
I was gonna say, you got Smith, who's the silent giant. You got Wu, who's the lunatic. You got Gerard, who is for the most part the most charismatic one of the group, but he's knocked out cold. That leaves Groff. All right.
Gruff,
Aye.
oh, was it the Miss Huddle here was saying something about the doc being in town? I left the doc a couple
Oh,
of days
for
ago,
fuck's
and his
sake.
legs were shattered. So
And
there's no way he could have walked here.
yeah, we'll say Nimsy's in the kitchen while you guys are addressing this.
All right, lad. Let me tell you what happened here. Oh wait, hold on a second. All right, so we came to this town. We came in. Oh, we found this building. It had a doctor's name on it, and it said Dr. Skorenstein. And I felt like that was just the universe looking at me and saying, I don't know if that went through. That did not go through, did it?
No, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
What was it?
My damn soundboard. Okay, my soundboard's not set up then. It was you saying "fuck you."
Oh. Fuck you! Yeah.
So it was like the universe was giving me a big fuck you, and I thought we were gonna get in there, and there was gonna be nobody around because I know what the doc was at. The doc was at with you, but we get in there, and there's another doctor, and that doctor.
No,
has
you
the
you
same-
tried breaking in, and then the doc showed up asking you not to break into his house.
minor details. Minor.
Yes.
details.
Okay,
Anyway,
sorry.
So
As
then
the
we meet
voice of reason rings out in your ear.
the voice of reason gets drowned out by the ale. Anyway, so we get in there, and there's another Dr. Skorenstein. Only this one is like medically licensed and sane. I don't know what the deal is with the dude in the cave, but that ain't Dr. Skorenstein.
So you're saying I was taking care of an insane dude?
I'm saying we probably just picked some guy off the street, and he was from here, maybe heard about this doctor, and I don't know. I think he's a hobo, to be honest with you.
Ah, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, we may just
Tried
wanna-
talking to Wu about it, and he just ate cookies.
I wouldn't talk to Wu about anything. All he does
Nah.
is ramble
Yeah.
about genitalia.
For what it's worth, the picture that I just put up in the Rime chat is what Kavarda's character looked like. Is what the original Dr. Skornstein looked like. He was a he was a oh god, what the fuck are they called? A Simic hybrid, but he was like an elven Simic hybrid who kind of had this like pinkish complexion as well as these long pointy ears versus the clearly a Fearbulg Dr. Skornstein that you guys have taken to actually get some medical care from.
I rolled a nat 20 on my genitalia check.
Look over
Of
there.
course you did. Of course you did, buddy.
God damn it, Derek. You know what? No, I think that's appropriate. Roll all the nat 20s you want on penis checks, and this way when your attack rolls come by, they'll all be wasted.
Wow.
Sorry, go ahead. Please continue with your discussion of the doc.
Maybe Kevin was right.
Who's Kevin?
When Altman said that
Altman.
the group gets easily distracted and out of hand. Oh, man.
I'm not the one rolling White Claw checks 6 times a game.
That's true.
Hey, I haven't done that yet today.
Yeah,
Bullshit!
either that or
You
he's
rolled
doing
at least once.
either
I have
that-
not.
I
either
call
that-
bullshit.
Go look through the blog. I haven't.
I mean,
rolled
I don't
today.
remember seeing one. I saw one ages ago.
Tonight, yes.
The only weird thing I rolled was initiative whenever it wasn't my turn to roll initiative.
That's true. I do remember
No.
that.
I did see a White Claw check.
I just scrolled
Not
up
from
through it,
me
man.
today.
Yeah, I don't see anything in there.
I can
But
give you a couple if you want, but
neither here nor there.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, so between so you guys are having this discussion. like I said, it's definitely an odd situation.
Well, as they're talking about that, I'm going to talk to Sonar
Okay.
and ask him if he wants to help run the inn with Kyra.
What is he
Women's
gonna do?
suit.
Housekeeping?
He he looks at you and he says,
You can change the linens.
"Yeah."
Knock, knock, knock. Housekeeping.
Um. He looks at you and he says, I can do that if you wish. But roll me a persuasion check.
So what's our cut of the money here, Woo?
I'm pretty sure there's not many people that would. What do you mean our cut?
Like everyone's cut of the money.
Well, yeah, I'm the one that swindles and deals here.
I'm the one that
Technically, it was
negotiated for the
Groff.
building. Yeah.
I'm the one that got us free room and board at another town.
But that's not neither here nor there.
Yeah, we're talking about what Groff did. You just accepted his deal.
Well, I was also carrying the moose's head.
And we're grateful for it. So we offer you 1/2 share of the White Moose Inn.
My thoughts is we kind of whatever profits we get, we split it to anybody who is adventuring with us.
Aye, that seems
Or we split half the profits with the adventurers, and then the rest goes back into the inn to keep up the maintenance and the upkeep and shindig that needs to go with all that.
well, yeah. I mean, profits would just be leftover money. It wouldn't be, after all, maintenance and stuff is deducted.
Well, we could also do upgrades with profit too.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could take out some upgrades, of course.
Yeah. So I'm
Add a third
thinking
story
half the profits go back into upgrading the inn, and we keep the other half and split it between the rest of us.
All right, that works.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't keeping all of the money.
I need to put this in my notes. How are you splitting this up?
So half profits go back. So profits, half of it is going back into the tavern or the inn,
Okay.
and then the other half is getting split among the party.
Okay.
So basically, 50% is getting put back into the inn, and then we each get 10%.
Okay. So
There's
it's
5
50
of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. So it's
How'd the
50%.
stupid one come up with this plan?
So it's 50% to the inn and 50% to the party, equaling out to 10%. 10% per member.
Yeah. And then Cairo would get like a percentage of what goes back
goes into the inn.
Yeah, so she'll get 10%, and then the rest of that profit goes back into the inn as she deems fit.
Gotcha. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is there is actually a tavern keeping expenses sidebar available. We don't need to obviously go through the guild licenses and contracts, neither the cost of renovation, because that's actually all going to be tied into the 100 gold that would have been put towards purchasing this place. With a portion of that going towards being that you're not actually buying a tavern, you're purchasing an inn, so you're not really going to be selling so many spirits that it's going to be crazy.
You don't know.
But yeah,
Dang.
but the other 100 gold going towards the removal of the lumber and the a relocation of that, because like I said, it's being used as lumber storage for the moment. It's also going to go towards some of that lumber being used to build tables, as well as there is still some stuff in there, but just kind of like fixing up anything that's kind of rotted over the last 2 years.
Some of it's a little ramshackle, would you say?
Eh.
Dang, the tavern is far away from the inn. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek. So that is definitely a thing, but it's not that. It's a walk down the lake. So yeah, the way that this is gonna work is the regular expenses is going to be 5 gold per 10 day, as well as 1 gold for the expenses. So because we're basically going to be cutting back how it is in whatchamacallit, in the Waterdeep heist pack, considering the Waterdeep heist stuff is in Waterdeep. You guys are in a ramshackle building in Icewind Dale. So we're going to divide everything by 10. So yeah, it's 5 gold per 10 day for maintenance, wages of hirelings, because obviously, you're not going to be able to just run it with Kyra and with Sonar, as well as 1 gold per 10 day for taxes, as well as your property licenses and whatnot. So at the end of every 10 day, we roll a D100 plus 10. So that's going to go down to, let me see here. How's that worked? Oh, okay. So that determines how we did it. Okay. So yeah, we'll keep that, because that's just more of a rolling table. And I'm just going to copy and paste this whole image into there, because it is going to be far easier for me to remember this. And yeah, so what it is, at the end of every 10 day, we roll a D100 plus 10 and consult the running a business table in chapter 6 of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Also, Lucas,
Yeah, buddy.
why am I buying buildings in almost every campaign I'm in now?
Dude, I don't know. You got some crazy wants and desires, bro.
This one wasn't just. This was just
So are
like.
you becoming an entrepreneur?
I guess.
Just don't run for president, okay?
Well, like
here it
in one
is.
of our other campaigns, I bought. What did I buy? I bought a. Oh, what the fuck did I buy? A cathedral.
Oh yeah, back in
Yeah.
Eternium. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a cathedral and turned that into an adventurers guild.
Gosh, yeah, you did.
It's going to be a while before you buy anything in my game, Aaron.
Oh, here's the table.
I'll just steal another ship.
Oh, let me just add this to this roller over here. Zoom into rolls. This is downtime. Is that content? Downtime. Oh, here we go. Downtime, running a business. We'll add it to that. Okay. So, it's what is this? If they hold on to the business, a character rolls percentile die and adds the number of days spent. Oh, okay. So it's the number of days spent there. If the character is required to pay a cost, so I guess this one is just like one that's already in there. You made a loss of 90 gold. You made a loss of 60 gold. You made a loss of 30 gold. You broke even. You covered your costs and earned a profit of up to 30, up to 40, and up to 30. Oh no, that one's a little more than that. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we'll get into the nitty-gritty details next time. Or as time goes on, because honestly, we're just gonna do this every 10 day. So
So every
Well-
6 months.
Yeah, really. So we will say that everything will start, because it's going to take some time to get the place renovated. So it'll be ready on the 1st of every month.
Yeah.
So we will go to White Moose in profits roll. And this is going to occur or reoccur, limited repetitions. Fuck it. Oh well. There we go. Cool. So we figured that out. So imagining at this point you guys don't really have too much to do that night, or is there anything that you guys want to attend to that evening?
What's the plan for tomorrow? Are we buying stuff and then leaving for the spine of the world, or what's the plan?
I gotta think. I gotta look at all my notes now. Bonds in.
Do you have any ideas, Gruff?
There's still a manhunt we are after.
I mean, I got nothing to do for 3 days until my antidote's ready.
So yeah, we gotta go We gotta go back up to the black cabin up north to check on.
Macradius.
Yes.
As he says that, Ravenchuck, that does remind you that your colleague Copper told you that he was having the group check in on an old friend of his named Macradius, who had gone up to a cabin up north of Lonelywood to try and investigate ways of putting an end to the everlasting rime.
Oh, okay. So what are you sick with, Gruff?
what am I? I got poisoned, right?
You are sick with a disease known as syphilia.
I got it sounds sexier than it is. It's called Syphilia.
What is it doing to you? Well, unless I already know.
Roll me a
Yes.
medicine check. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No good.
10.
So
Crap.
it's, the name isn't overly familiar. You know, you're not exactly sure what it specifically is, but the name is vaguely familiar.
Okay. So what is it doing to you, Gruff?
Well, it's messing with me vitality a little bit, that's for sure. Don't feel quite as strong as I once did.
Guessing your cardio is going down too some, maybe?
Yeah, but that's probably just all the mountain chocolate I've been eating.
Maybe. What is mountain chocolate?
Oh, it's
Poop.
delicious. You just see piles of it all over the place.
Oh.
Yep, that's a thing.
After that note, I think I'm gonna go hit the sack.
All right.
But we
Yeah.
were talking about mountain chocolate. What's the rush? I got some in my pack here. Do you want some? It's a little warm.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's quite tasty.
Nimsy,
You might want to stop eating that.
Nimsy
Boy.
comes. What is it? Mountain chocolate.
I take a handful and I just go.
Nimsy comes out and she sees you. She sees you eating that. She goes, "Oh, is that some mountain chocolate?
I want some.
Oh, I have some of it baked into the cookies.
Ah, delicious.
Oh, it's the best. Adds a real rich nutty taste to everything."
I wish Wu hadn't eaten them all then.
She's like, "Well, I made more. They're fresh."
Ah, that sounds delightful.
I only ate 2.
Oh God, what Gerard is missing.
Right.
Yeah. So as you guys head in for the night, the house is warm that you guys are staying in, and you're able to get a good restful night's sleep until the next morning. Which, being that it's 9 o'clock, I know that we got a little bit of a later start, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I got a bit of a pain in the back of my head, and I can feel my headache coming on. So I think we're gonna.
Yeah, it's called Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. You got
it's
it.
called
Wait,
work.
hold on.
It's
I got
called
my 6 White Claws I got to roll for.
It's called working in the
2,
morning.
3, 4.
Oh no.
5.
You're actually getting pretty decent rolls.
I know, it fucking sucks, right?
What are you rolling for?
White
He's
Claws.
he's rolling for White Claws.
I have a custom.
Oh.
I have a couple custom stats here. One is White Claw. One is mounting a walrus, and another.
It's
is
not mounting
sneaking
a
away from the
walrus.
party.
It's mounting the walrus.
The walrus.
Yeah, and sneaking away.
What
from
are you
the party.
rolling?
So if you go on your character sheet, you have that big column of your skills. You can click the gear. You can click at the bottom where it says skills, and it has a little gear, and you can add custom skills. So for example, what it is meant to be used for is, let's say you wanted to have intimidation, but you wanted it tied to strength instead of charisma, because somebody like Smith, for example, who doesn't have a great charisma, he's not getting, any major bonuses from intimidation. But let's say that, in order to intimidate somebody, he went up, grabbed a skull, that was sitting, like he's trying to intimidate somebody in a dungeon. He just goes up, grabs a skull, and crumples it to dust in his hand. That's a strength-based intimidation. So he would have his +6. What the fuck? That was way too fucking fast.
Me?
Googled that.
Yes. Holy shit. That's badass.
Yes, I
Wait.
googled that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn, that was fucking quick.
Well,
Alright.
there wasn't many there's not many options.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is a lot easier. So add the numbers a day spent on this downtime activity to a maximum of 30.
do this. That.
You must pay 1.5 times the business's maintenance cost for each of the days. So, being that we're doing 5 gold per 10 day, so that would be, yeah, okay. You know what? Maybe we'll change that. Maybe we'll up that just a little so that we can actually counter up some of these whatchamacallits, the actual appropriate dies. So we'll do basically every 10 day it's going to be a D10 plus 10, and it's a 1 through 20 is that you must pay 1.5 times the business's maintenance cost, which would be 15 gold, which means that you had a loss. 20 to 30 is that you pay the full maintenance cost, which is 10 gold. 31 to 40 is you pay half of it, so 5 gold. And then 41 to 60 is that the business covers its own maintenance costs for each of the days. 61 to 80 is that it covers its own cost and earns a profit of 1d6 plus 5, which just rolling it was 20 gold. 81 to 90 is the business covers its own maintenance costs for each of the days, earning a profit of 2d8 times 5. And then 91 to 100 is that it covers its own costs, earning a profit of 3d10 times 5. So, yeah, that's pretty decent. You guys have the opportunity to earn a decent amount.
So would you be rolling this, or would we?
I would probably have you guys roll. So, but like I said, that'll be on the first of every week. So, the next time, the first time that'll be necessary to pay, would be not be on the 21st. The 21st would be the first time that would be the first week that you guys would be open. After that, it would be the first of Altaric, which is the Claw of Winter. For what it's worth, tear it so that you know where I get my information from. Since this was the end of session 20 and session 21 will start up on the next day. If you go into
Are you still streaming, Lucas?
I am. Oh shoot, yeah, I should probably turn that